Issac Martin. Issac Eats A Lot. Welcome to Muscle Talks Podcast. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. Thanks for having me on.
I'm going to start because this podcast, we've predominantly probably had bodybuilders on here. We've had...
That's why you invited me, right?
Yeah, I did, mate, 100%. Look, it was the Mo. I wanted to challenge the Mo. No one's come on here to give my Mo a challenge and my mullet a challenge. And I thought...
Where's the visuals? We could be father and son. We could be brothers. Who knows?
We could be. I think we do look a
same bloodline.
I think I reckon
I'm probably too pale.
He could take over the podcast. If I wanted to step away and needed a clone,
I might be the Eastern Bloc version of Steve. Icelandic or Nordic or something.
For sure. You probably have the true traits of the Greeks before the Turks took us over. But that's another story in itself. We won't go that far back. But historically, we were blonde hair and blue eyed. That's apparently what the Greeks were.
Done.
Yeah. So that's so I don't know where brunette and brown eyes came and big noses and one eyebrow, but thank God some of that's been missing. We just gave it to the Macedonians because he's laughing in the background. Firstly, before we start, who are you and what do you do right now? Let's talk about right now.
Awesome.
So people go, fuck, well, who is this guy?
So my name's Issac, obviously.
Yeah.
I would call myself... I just work in social media.
Yep.
Because I'm multifaceted, right? I'm not. I have an influencer stream of revenue.
Yep.
And I've got an account there. But for the best part of a decade, I've also just worked behind the scenes in social media marketing and management and content creation for small business and hospitality.
You did, yes. And well, I mean, and what is your job?
I'm self-employed, right? Like
Yeah.
I have a business, self-employed. But basically, I'm just on the road creating content for social media, but partly for myself, partly contracted by businesses for them.
Yeah, and it's around food, correct?
Entirely around.
I feel like we're hiding what you are. You're not OnlyFans, are you?
No. It's like I said, food and beverage, right? Like I grew up as a fat kid.
In case you've got an OnlyFans page, and we need to make sure we get it out there.
Maybe after the podcast blows up, I'll start an OnlyFans. Requests only.
Eating a burger on a little silk covered bed sheet.
Yeah. Just all my old wet wipes that I've got like ketchup and mayo in and stuff. Just put them on there.
And just bite slowly and
ASMR clips. Yeah. No, look, I have loved food my whole life, right? Yeah. Like I was a fat kid growing up, big boned, if you listen to my mother. And basically just went through a period of self-discovery, like that phase 18, 19, 20, right? Like you're straight out of high school. I don't know if any kid really knows what they want to do or what they're going to do for the next 50 years of their life. And I kind of went down 2 or 3 different paths before I landed on like, all right, working back from what your parents kind of always, or my mother always said, find what you love doing and then find a way to make a job out of it.
Wow, good on you.
Right? And so I knew that I loved food. And at the time I thought chefing was the right way to go. So I became a pastry chef and I got into kitchens and working in food. And then it was partly by choice and partly just by situation. But I fell into this social media world where I had another choice and I got out of kitchens and into the marketing and just fell in love with it. Never looked back.
Hey guys, Steve here. I hope you're enjoying the podcast. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. You know the drill. We'd love you to subscribe. We'd love you to hit the notification bell. Why? It gets us out there, allows us to go and get bigger, better, greater. We've already had some great guests, as you know, but we want to continue this. We want to continue this journey with you. So if you could, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you're notified each time we put up a new podcast. Thank you for allowing me to take you away from the podcast. Let's get back to it. Okay. One thing you said when you first came here and I made you a coffee, you said, I'll have a black coffee because I want to keep the calories down.
100%.
All right. So obviously what you do right now has an element of a mathematical equation. Like you need to know what you're doing. So is there a preparation? Is there during and is there a post eating? So in other words, do you know, because in bodybuilding, we do a pre-workout before a training session.
Yeah.
We have elements that we can take while we train. And then there's the post-workout.
Yeah.
Right. And then there's
recovery.
recovery. And that's the same thing when it comes to stage. People are building themselves up 12 weeks before in this mathematical equation of getting down as lean as possible.
Yep.
At some dangerous levels sometimes. water restriction, you name
Vascular,
it. Everything. And then obviously stage comes. And then there's the explosion afterwards where people just jump on donuts.
No, the carbs,
the
carbs are real.
Yeah, and then you wonder, did you ever really compete? But some people do well and do as well. Is that kind of similar to what you do? Because we're going to go back to the fat kid, but is that what you need to do to make sure that you don't put on weight? Because what I've noticed is a lot of the food eaters out there aren't fat bastards.
No, yeah.
And it has to be an element, because I don't know if I could do it if I didn't or was trained or had an element of experience. So tell me a little bit about the experience.
Look, I think...
To do what you do.
Yeah, thank you. So I've always liked health and fitness, right? And I will go on the record, like, I don't stand on scales. I don't like getting into that headspace of like being really tense about numbers going up or down, and I don't count calories. But what I do, and I've done this for the best part of the 10 years that I've worked in social media. FYI, so I used to be a competitive eater. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll put that on the record as well.
I've got that
in the last decade of my work, I've learned that I need to fast 2 days a week. So 48 hours every week, I fast.
No food?
No food whatsoever.
Just water?
Water, black coffee, green tea, no sugar energy drink if I'm feeling flat. Yeah. That helps me offset the 5 days of high calorie eating. And on top of that, although it looks like a lot of gluttonous eating and, over the top amounts of food. And the other issue that a lot of foodies look like they eat a lot of food, they order a lot of food. They don't eat a lot of food. With a name like Eats A Lot, very early on, I copped a lot of shit, obviously, if I didn't eat a lot. So I actually was eating everything I could. Wow. As I've slowly gotten older, I've learned, crust on pizza, I can leave. If you eat half of something, you can maybe have an opinion on it without eating all of it. But it was still this ego type thing where I was pretty hell-bent on trying to eat as much of the food as possible. And I don't like wastage. So, I don't eat breakfast at home. I'll have a thermogenic. We were just talking off air about thermogenics and metabolism boosters. I'll have a thermogenic to increase metabolism, help sort of metastasize fat or whatever. But it also is like a morning coffee, right? It's high in caffeine, peps me up. Go about my day eating. Then I really don't eat dinner at home ever. I'll eat maybe 4 or 5 meals between 9 and 5, big meals, but I don't eat dinner. I don't eat after 5, and I don't eat the breakfast. And then in terms of recovery, green tea.
Green tea?
Just green tea, yeah.
Wow. So, because the biggest fast I've ever done is a 5-day fast.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah.
And that was water fasting?
First 3 days was nothing but, I guess water.
Yeah.
And then the next 2 days was just a soup element.
Yeah, like a marrow broth or something.
Yeah. And the funniest thing was, by the 48 hours, humans looked appetizing. Like you look at them and you go, a bit of salt on that person. And you just become a cannibal.
Literally.
And then there's a moment where there's an epiphany, like,
your body changes.
It's like you can't even touch the ground. You're flying. Like I don't need food anymore.
Yeah.
I've got so much energy, clarity. Everything is clear. It's just an amazing. And the worst thing is when you've done a fast is smashing down burgers and fries. And that's when your gut hurts and you can't sleep at night and you're rolling on the floor going, I can't do this anymore. What did I eat? Because anything that expands in your stomach. So you really need to know after a fast, what's your first
to
meal
ease back in?
after it. Yeah. So, and that was, I'm talking about back in the early 2000s, I was fasting that way. And then I was fasting every week. One day I'd be fasting myself too. I'd be picking and I never had a particular day, but I knew that, let's say I had dinner for some reason at 6 p.m., right? Not a 9 p.m. dinner. And I got up at 6 or 7. I already realized, I'm 13 hours in. I said, mate, just go for it today.
Yeah.
Today we go for the fast. So, but I haven't done it since. And I guess the only reason is I'm using a different philosophy in relation to my diet. I eat 6 meals a day.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. And
6 smaller meals?
Yeah, 6 smaller. They're not I never used to count calories.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it now. But I don't count calories like I don't count the calories of a chocolate cake. I don't count the calories of a Mars bar.
It's more about getting the good nutrition that you need, like hitting the macros.
I can't be fucked going to Frango's and with my daughter and ordering burger and fries and think I've got to count these fucking calories.
Yeah.
I don't give.
Do you have how many calories are in a burger? Yeah,
I'll get the burger with the lettuce, the one without the butter. Like,
take the sauce off, take the other nice stuff off, take the tasty
just
bits
don't come
out.
here.
Yeah,
just don't come here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Just don't go. Like, just don't go. Like, I mean, how can you go to Rob's at bloody Roselle and fucking not think to yourself, should I go back for a second one?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
It's too hard. It's like, fuck off. You're going to have Rob's with iceberg lettuce?
Mate, just enjoy it.
Yeah, you just enjoy
Work harder tomorrow, enjoy it now.
But what I found, which is a good conversation, is what I found by counting calories was you might know this, you might not know this, was that protein, let's say 200 grams of chicken, turkey, beef, lamb, even pork, is so different. And that they got more calories. So in other words, 200 grams of lamb is a skyrocket level of calories to the 200 grams of chicken. So chickens is less calorie.
Oh, like there's less fat in chicken than lamb?
Well, and less calories.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if I put 200 grams of chicken here and 200 grams of lamb, even though they're 200 grams, the lamb has more calories.
Yeah.
So it means I should be having 100 grams of lamb to match the chicken.
Yeah.
So that's all I learned. And I learned how pumpkin and beans and rice and this works. So what I learned was how I can have 5 meals a day and
balance,
but meals that aren't, Ethiopian-like, and realize, I guess if pumpkin's so low in calories, I'll do a mash type potato pumpkin instead of mashed potato because it's got less calories, so I can put a bit more salt, maybe a touch of butter in there, where the same thing happens with potato. So it's kind of like learning to understand food, like in that aspect of the health side, not, to know what that Mars bar is and what the packet of chips is, and why don't I just get popcorn because it's less and I'll go to the movies and I think, does that choc top? How many calories is that choc top got? Like, fuck all. I can't do that. And I think as well, I think it's a mindset thing. I think if you say to yourself, this is going to make me fat, I think you've convinced your brain, and your brain's going to send the signals to make you fat.
Well,
what do you reckon?
The irony is, and I see it in a lot of people, right? I think self-guilt.
Yeah.
And then the snowball effect of like, oh, I've broken my diet. I've had something. I've had a choc top. Well, fuck it. I might as well just have 6 choc tops now.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden, the way sugar works in the brain is like, if you've had 6 choc tops today, tomorrow when you've restarted your diet, your brain, there's that voice on your shoulder going, have a choc top. It's fucking delicious. Yeah. Go on, you had 6 yesterday. If you have 1 today, that's not as bad as yesterday. Yeah. But you have 1 and then you go, well, fuck it. I've had 1.
Yeah.
That half the reason I have to fast for that 2 days is because I'm horrible at like the old if you break the seal, right? Yeah. I reckon I could go 3, 4, 5 days and not eat. I'd be hungry, but I could do it. I got the self-control.
Of course.
But if I have a little packet of lunchbox Smith's crisps on day 1, I go, well, fuck it. I've had something now.
Like if you have the first Tim Tam, you go, the packet's
literally,
mine.
Yeah.
The packet's mine.
Yeah.
So tell me something. The fat kid, does he still live around you? Does he still
100%. Because
it does for me too. I was a fat kid too. And I think that's why I do what I do in relation to bodybuilding. Just to let you know, I mean, many people get on stage, many people have competed. I've never competed, it's never interested me stage. It's interesting me right now, but I think healthy eating, the gym is the actual journey. I think food and everything else we do is just the destination, how we treat things. So, like I said, for me, I think I'm just get rid of that fat kid. Yeah. And just go train and try to eat well. But does the fat kid sometimes enter that mindset?
I'm still a gluttonous kid, right? Like, and by fat, like,
I think we are. Yeah, you're right. I am too.
It's hard, like,
hard to go to a barbecue and just have one chop.
It's part and parcel, I think, of adulting. Not that kids get away with it, but there's I've got kids. I don't know if you've got kids, Steve. There's an ideology of like, they're kids, just let them be kids. If they want to keep eating, let them keep eating. And then the minute you become an adult, there's like, oh, shame on you. Like, you should know better.
Yeah.
And so there's this onus, there's this responsibility of like, okay, if I want to eat that, then I've got to work out more. I've got to be more physically active. I've got to, and I think even more so than when you become a parent and you realize you're a role model for someone, half the reason I gave up competitive eating was when I had my youngest son, like 9.5 years ago. And I was thinking about it, and it just wasn't a healthy, even now, like I'm not the perfect dietary role model because of my routine, but I just couldn't have my son grow up going like, that's normal way to eat. Like, don't eat all day and then smash 3 kilos of food and feel sick afterwards. So that's part of the reason I got out of competitive eating. But, you know, I'm the person who, if you look at my content, it's predominantly savory, like burgers, steaks, dude food, pizza, whatever. I have the biggest sweet tooth. That's where the fat kid in me comes out.
You look like you're falling into the travel industry too. It's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, I've been in Sydney 10 years. Yeah. Travelex, anyone? Flight agent?
Flight Centre?
But yeah, please and thank you. Curiosity. Like, I genuinely love food, right? I was up in Newcastle last weekend, and people will say it's for business and it's got an ulterior motive. Like, there's food there that I just want to eat. So I reverse engineer stuff. If I want to go somewhere to eat, I generate business there so that I have reasoning to go instead of going there because I have business and then finding out where I can eat.
Yeah.
And it's a fortunate position I'm in where I can do that. I was in New Zealand. I went to Auckland for the first time a month ago. And you've got all these preconceived notions of a destination and the food in that destination. And then you actually go there and experience it. And it can be like very eye-opening to how the media portrays something. Yeah. Or, you know, I often see people from New Zealand get out of it and they go, oh, it's crap, it's slow, it's whatever. Like, Sydney's so much better. And then you go there, and granted, I was there 3-4 days, you're getting a small snippet, but you're like, fuck, it's pretty good.
Yeah, 100%. And I guess sometimes some of the best places are some of the most remote places, aren't they?
100%.
And don't you think the best food is food with love?
100, yeah. There's, you know, COVID exacerbated it, but there's people that are old school hospitality, you know, it's in their blood. They do what they do because it's all they know. And then there's people that get into it as a means of having a job. Yeah. And I think in the more remote areas, there's probably more of the ones that it's in their blood, their family, it's generational. Once you're in a corporate area or a highly densely populated area, you could open anything. I could open a potato on a stick shop in Mascot and I'd probably sell 100 a day just through sheer foot traffic. Right?
100%.
So they're the ones like, I'm going to Orange. Can't wait to get out there. Mudgee, the south coast of New South Wales here, like, you know, Huskerson, Milton, Ulladulla, Mollymook.
And just sometimes the air and the atmosphere and
the life. It's
sometimes you're sitting on a bench. They go, look, just go down the back. You're at the front of this petrol station ordering something like a burger. They've got a bit of burger thing. They go, just go down the back and sit. And you go down the back and there's this big valley.
Yeah.
You go, where the hell did this come from?
Bunch of cows like 3 meters away from you mooing. You're like, oh my.
Like, where did this come from?
Yeah.
Because you just don't pay attention when you're driving.
Nah. And you don't see it in Sydney.
No.
If there's that much land that you can get that view, they're like, we can develop that. No. How many houses can we put on it? Clover Moore's like, oh, we could put a golf course. We could put housing. What should we do? What should we do?
No. Well, not New South Wales doesn't want to build homes. So I don't know what they'd do. They'd probably put a highway there.
A tunnel. We'll build an airport on top and a tunnel underneath and toll everyone.
Yeah, just toll it. Like, what are you doing? Macquarie Bank just told us they're going to give us a dividend here. Let's just put roads in. Roads in. So do you, a little more questions about that? Because I want to get to the competitive side. And there's body dysmorphia. Do you get that?
Look, part of the reason I never stand on scales is because...
And what about the mirror, though?
A number is figurative, right? Like, I've learned over the years, you could be 85 and feel chubby, and you can be 85 and look ripped.
It's up to you.
So numbers are very figurative. Because you lose fat, but put muscle on. Muscle weighs more than fat.
Of course.
So it's very hard. I do look at myself in a mirror, and that's the judge, or, you know, how clothes feel. But I don't think, even when I was at my leanest, like... I've just got a personality where I don't want to, I think, acknowledge even if I looked good. No. Because then I think if I get to a point where I acknowledge I look good, then I would feel more guilt when I put weight back on. And it's inevitable. And what I do, like, I'm going to yo-yo. I'm going to put weight on, take weight off, put weight on, take weight off. And so I live a life to a degree where, through sheer sun safety, I'm the guy who at a beach... overcast, I've still got a shirt on. I'm still wearing a rashi, right? And I claim it's because I'm pale. And it is to a degree. I don't want to get sunburnt. But I think even just from a point of view of like, well, if no one else ever sees me with my shirt off, they don't know if I've got a six pack or if I've got love handles.
Yeah.
And so it allows me the flexibility to put 5 kilos on, take 5 kilos off without people going, oh, Issac got fat.
Yeah, because I was looking at you. You got a bit of a chest on you. Like I'm not
double D's. No,
I work out.
Yeah.
I was looking at you. Trust me.
Yeah.
When you're in the bodybuilding game or when you're in the gym,
you notice signs, right?
I look like I'm perving, right? If my daughter goes, "What are you looking at?"
I'm Myron, bro.
Yeah, but the thing is, but it's true. But yeah, well, I mean, we might look at this girl's glutes, but then we're suddenly looking at a guy's legs. Like we're doing the same thing.
There's so many memes, right? The guys are checking out the guys at the gym.
Yeah.
The girls are worried about it, but the guys are more often than not looking at his biceps, looking at his chest, yeah.
And I'm like, I can see a guy walking, I don't know,
100 yards away.
100 yards away, and I'm going like, he's got some teardrops on those quads of his, and maybe he's got this girl next to him, but Ruby's, my daughter's probably thinking, why are you checking out that girl?
Yeah.
I'm not checking out the girl, look at the guy's legs. Or I'm thinking, fuck, that guy's got some legs. Have I got legs anymore? I don't know if I've got good legs, like all these things. So I guess, like I said, I can see that you work out. So, I want to get to that a little bit too, because how I got you here. But I wanted to talk about that mirror and about the body dysmorphia. There was a guy that I saw on stage one time, and he said, and I'll ask you, do you know why most people, maybe including ourselves, yourself, go back and check themselves a second time at the mirror or a third time? Do you know why they go back?
Why?
To find flaws.
Oh, really?
Nothing else. So when you look at the mirror and you go, oh, this shirt looks pretty
you have
good.
one glance and you're like, it's all right.
Yeah, but you're going back only to critique and find flaws.
To find the
So
flaw.
I don't ever go back. I never go back.
One look.
Done. Even my daughter, sometimes she's looking at that rearview mirror doing it. I say, oh, you've seen enough flaws.
One and done. Yeah.
Done and done. I flick it back up and I said, you've seen enough flaws. And it's all about flaws. And you realize that have you tucked the shirt in enough? Have you done this enough?
Well, you're just nitpicking then, right? Like,
and that's what it is.
The human, like we as a race are imperfect, right?
Yeah,
so you will always find flaw, but I love the fact that you don't look for it.
No, but the thing is, that's why when you go back to the mirror, that's the only reason you're doing it is to find flaws. So when you're walking down the corridor of your home or the hallway and you go, I'm just going to go critique myself worse. I'm out of here. And you just make them
interesting.
Yeah. And you just make yourself look swagger if you want to be swagger. You don't give a fuck at the end of it. Because I go in front of that mirror, I could fucking walk out with my shit, my hands on the ground thinking, oh, look like shit, that shirt. Just go. Just go.
Sell it. Whatever it looks like, just sell it.
Just sell it. Just like, wow, we're out. So
walk it with swagger.
Yeah, so I kind of like, I've learned that's with the mirror. So again, the reason you caught my attention, because I've been watching you.
Thank you.
And I have to say, like, I that's the biggest thing. Chris will be looking at our Muscle Talks page and even everything on TikTok. And if he goes and thinks, I wonder if Steve's saving bodybuilding techniques notes or food places. Just food places.
Yeah.
And all I do is on the weekend when I don't want to go, I just go to my saved and say, all right.
Beautiful, bro.
Oh, that
What's on the hit list?
What's on the hit list? Like, that guy said that kebab in Mascot and that guy said that fried chicken here. And that burger place, like I said, in Redfern, that does the best schnitzel burger.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little shitty place. If you drove past, you wouldn't even walk in. And you look at it and it's like $14 and the thing's as big as your head.
No.
Yeah. And you sit there and you've got to eat it with the seagulls because they come and land everywhere. And no one's cleaned anything around the place.
100%.
And that's what I'm saying. If you drove past it, you go, I fucking won't eat there.
Yeah.
But you go because the food critic told you. And you sit there with seagulls sitting on your head watching you eat. You go, okay, it's part of the plan. But so what got me was when you said you were having a breakfast.
Yeah.
And you were eating, and I don't know if you were in Newtown. I don't know where it was at the time. And there was some
steak
and eggs.
Yeah.
And you go, this is a great post-workout.
Yeah.
I went, ding. I'm going to get Issac on because it was all me and Chris thought, let's get some bit of variety on this show.
100%.
So
a little bit of flavour.
Yeah. So let's talk about you do train. You do.
Yep.
What do you do? Where do you train? What's your type of training? And let's go from there.
All right. So I've never had a personal trainer. So all self-taught.
Likewise.
Years of Men's Health magazine and Googling stuff.
Yeah. Likewise.
Basic, and I'm not
How old are you?
35.
Okay, go.
All right. And so for the best part of maybe 8-9 years, I was a Anytime Fitness guy,
Yep.
just purely because of variety and locations, right? You had that fob, if you ever saw it Anytime, you could go to it. And I didn't need specialized equipment, right? I was just using cable machines, pretty basic workout
You could do
stuff.
it in your garage.
Literally.
Yeah.
12, 18 months ago, and I've always been a morning guy, preferably. So over a decade ago, I was an afternoon guy because I was living in Melbourne working pastry, and so I had early starts, was going at night. For the 10 years I've lived in Sydney, I'm a morning workout guy. Usually fasted, except for the thermogenic pre-workout. Then 18 months ago, I went across to a Snap Fitness, basically just because my wife had changed gym. And so I was like, all right, well, we're not going to two different gyms. If we're going to go at the same time, we might as well go to the same gym. Went across to Snap. And kind of that's at the start of the High Rocks craze, right? So I started doing a little bit more HIIT workout stuff and using the ski erg and the rowing machines and the high intensity stuff. And it was good. It was great. Like I liked it. And it was a good mix where I would do probably 3 weight sessions a week and 2 of these HIIT workouts.
Yep.
And then dislocated my shoulder September last year.
Okay.
Which means basically all of that stuff is a mute point.
You dislocate your shoulder too, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, regularly? Just
25. 20.
Well, they literally, the first thing they said to me was like, once you've done it once, you'll probably do it again. I was like, don't tell me that. They're like, it happens. So for the last 6 months, I basically just didn't go to a gym for 2 or 3 months. We have a treadmill at home. I just walked fasted cardio on a treadmill. And then around January, February this year, started going with my wife. She changed over now to a Planet Fitness gym. And I just started going back with her. And whilst I don't particularly like it, the Planet Fitness gyms, or the one we go to in Campbelltown, has no Olympic weights.
Yeah.
So it's hard if you want to be a serious lifter or a power lifter. Heaps of cable machines, which for rehabbing is probably better. You know? Less risk of getting caught underweight or anything. And I'm almost, I reckon now, at like 85, 90% recovery, where I kept the Snap Fitness membership because on Planet Fitness, my wife can take a guest in with her. So we just go in on her membership. 1 day a week, I'm doing the heavy compound lifting at Snap, deads and bench. 2 days a week, just, a pretty cozy lifting thing at Planet Fitness. And then still 2 mornings a week, just fasted cardio on a treadmill, just long walks.
Why do you train?
I mean,
I can guess.
Partly to offset what I eat.
Yep.
Because I'm fully aware that, if I look at my entire diet, for someone who doesn't count calories or stand on scales, I look at everything mathematically where I'm like, okay, if I'm eating 5,000 calories and my body only needs 3,000 calories, there's 2,000 surplus.
You've got to burn.
And my options are burn them or subtract them from tomorrow, right? And that's why I fast for 2 days a week because the average male, our build probably is on 3,000 calories a day, right? 21,000 a week.
Yep.
I go, all right, cool. Instead of 3,000 a day across 7, I fast for 2 days, bank them.
Yeah.
Now I've got 21,000 calories across 5 days. Now, if I can do a pretty low calorie day on one of those, say I'm working today, for example, right? I've got a podcast, then I've got 2 client shoots where I don't have to eat anything, might end up only eating 1,500 calories. Bank them. All of a sudden, then I've got 20,000 calories to eat in 4 days. So my 5,000 calorie day that seems like over the top and gluttonous, and across a week, it actually equals out.
Yeah. Hey guys, Nutrition Warehouse, your .1 store for all your supplement needs. Visit in-store here in Australia or New Zealand, or go to nutritionwarehouse.com.au, or for our New Zealanders, go to nutritionwarehouse.co.nz, shop away, and at checkout, why not use discount code MTP15 to get 15% off all your orders? Yeah, 100%. So what do? You said you'd see a client, but you're not going to eat. What does that entail? What does it entail not eating?
Well, I mean, if it's a client shoot, and I, for my social media purposes, I need food to get photos of. I need content. But it's not food I want to eat or need to eat.
So sometimes they're happy for you to show it off. You don't have to eat it.
Well, it's not for my channels, right?
Okay.
So it's for the business's use.
Okay.
So it's stuff that the business is going to need shot.
So you do stuff for them. You go film stuff.
That's where I'm saying
the
dual facet is like,
Okay.
I'm influencer Issac, where I have to eat the food and I have to share opinions and I have to create content for myself.
And then
there's social media management Issac, where I'm engaged by a business to create content for their social media. that I'm not necessarily
There's
part
no
of.
face.
It's of the food, of their staff, of their location, of their
They hired you for your experience.
yeah. Right. And so that stuff I don't feel obligated to eat. If I'm hungry, I can eat it.
Yeah, of course.
More often than not, they give it to me to take away because no one else wants to eat it and I don't like the wastage.
Yeah.
But if in my head I've gone, oh man, I had a really big day eating yesterday, I don't have to eat it.
Yeah.
And so then it becomes, and if I sign a new client and I'm excited to eat the whole menu slowly through shoots, yeah, but if I've worked for a business for 5 years and I've eaten the same stuff over and over and over again and I know it's good and I know it, the excitement's, I don't need to eat it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll go through and just pick out the protein. Like you were saying, I go, oh, there's 3 burgers and I don't need 3 bread rolls worth of carbs, but I go, well, that's 100 grams of beef, that's 100 grams of beef, that's 110 grams of chicken. And I'll smack the protein.
Yeah, very smart.
But yeah, so it just works out that way, really, in terms of the workout stuff, I guess.
The workouts. So your workout. So what's your workout routine now? Because you mentioned HIIT. So
so I haven't got back to the HIIT stuff yet because my shoulder. I'm still dubious under pressure, right? Of like speed plus force. But at the moment, I'm just doing basically like a chest and back day, a leg day, an arm day.
Okay.
A little bit more stretching and mobility than I was doing because I really have to make sure I warm the shoulder up. And I've got notoriously bad, as a kid, I had bad hips. So I've found over the years that has led to kind of like tight lower back, tight glutes. And it's one of those things, you see stuff all the time. Like it's the constant twinge. If I deadlift 4 times a month, one of those 4 times you get the pinch and you're like, oh God, for a week, I'm not going to be able to. Oh God. So as I slowly get older, and I am getting older, I feel it every morning when I wake up. I've learned that, when you're 20, you just stroll into the gym, you lift heavy, you walk out and you're like, oh, this is the best. This is great. And as you hit 30, you're like, probably should start stretching and warming up. And now by 35, I'm like, no, I have to stretch and warm up.
I know.
How do you, you're older than me, right? So
I'm 57.
How much of your workout is stretching and mobility versus lifting?
You're going to hate it. None.
None? How?
I know.
Do you wake up stiff as a ply board every morning?
Oh, lately I have, yeah, actually. Lately I have.
Note to self, stretch and mobility.
I think I don't know. I'm the worst. I know everybody stretches and does whatever. I think I've just never been a maniac at the gym. I do push.
Yeah.
I do go progressively overload. But, I've learned, the first 2 sets are predominantly the warm-ups.
Okay.
So everything is, touch and feel.
Yeah.
There's also moments when I realize if I'm injured or feel I got a sore back, I go in light. So I'm not a person that just push through.
I have to do it for ego, or I have to do it for
And if I take 2 weeks off at the gym, I come back light and bright again. So everything's light again.
Fresh.
So it's always I don't always start at 100%. And
how long is your traditional workout if you go to a gym? Are you in and out 45? Are you an hour and a half guy? Or?
I don't have a time frame, but what I've done is there's intensity and load. Yeah. So at the moment, I do like split sets. So if I start with chest press over there, it could be dips over here. So chest press, dips, back to chest press, dips, back to chest press, dips.
Yeah, like supersetting. Yeah,
and that's supersetting, and that's done literally done in 5 to 7, 8, 10 minutes. And then that's what I do with quads. But I've kind of broken up the body a lot scientifically in saying, how come
maximize my
I pay so much attention to my chest, but I don't give a shit about my shoulders, and or I pay so much attention on my quads and I don't care about my hamstrings. So so I give them all separate days, separate glories, and it seems to work. I guess I can't be bothered. I don't have time to suffer.
No, yeah. Look,
if that makes sense.
If it wasn't for injuries at 35, I still wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But it becomes part and parcel of now if I don't do it, I find, the percentage of times I get that back twinge, if I just walk into a gym and think that, a few light sets count as warm up, that's the day that I twinge my back opposed to.
But I'll talk about twinging your back so people can listen to this. It's kind of like a sciatica thing, I bet you. Anyway.
Yeah.
And I bet you it's an L4 and L5 thing. I'll put money down.
Dr. Steve.
I'll be Dr. Steve. See, the thing is, the problem you've got it's your core. It's got nothing to do with anything else. And core doesn't discriminate. You can be fat bastard and have a good core.
Yeah.
You can be fit as and have a shit core.
Yeah.
I didn't have a good core for a little while. I still didn't. Or kind of, I do, because mentally I will tell myself I have to firstly, firstly it's the mind. The mind is everything other than that. Then we work from that point. So your core, what I do is see you're not doing core exercises, and that's the problem. You can do all your gym exercises.
Yeah.
So core exercises could be something that you need to do 10 minutes every day.
Okay.
And that's really your warm-up, but you're just warming up the wrong things. You're not doing core exercise warm-ups. So core exercise stuff is like a pelvic thrust on the ground.
Yeah.
There's breathing techniques where you're pulling in your groin. There's stability where you're raising your hand, raising your leg from behind, and you've got to hold your torso firm. Like there's all these, and to be honest, the best core exercises, and if you haven't introduced them yet and you don't know how to introduce them, just go to Pilates, because Pilates is all core. So if you do Pilates once a week, it's going to help you. So what I'm getting at is learn some Pilates exercises, and that's going to help your
with the back issues.
Yeah, 100%. So when I have back issues, I just get on the ground and do Pilates.
You focus on core instead
of stretching. Besides stretching, but it's the core stuff. And I'm not saying you shouldn't stretch, but I think a lot of people have been maniacs, and I think a lot of people have torn muscles or hurt themselves. I just haven't.
Yeah.
And I don't have a
Touch
problem.
wood.
Yeah, touch wood. And I don't have a problem. But I think it's just because, I don't know, I'm not afraid to push weight, but.
Are you a one rep max guy? Like, will you ever just see how much you can shift for the sake of how much you can shift? Or you have no interest or desire to know what your optimal?
I don't have I don't care what I lifted 2 days ago. If I did squats last week and I had 3 plates, but this week I can only do 2, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, nice. I'm not going for 4 plates.
Yeah.
If I go for, I actually forgot what I lifted last week. I don't care anymore. Like, all I care about is turning up. And I found that life is compounding. So to get where you want to be, it's just compounding away. It's just turn up, and somehow you find
it's the old hare and tortoise race, right? Like
100%.
Slow and steady.
I've never been.
But the steady, like it's the repetitions, like you said, having the routine of I'm feeling a bit sick, but you still go maybe, as opposed to I won't go, and then not going today becomes a week, and then you.
Like sometimes you do, look, I do believe if you're sick, you should go, because I understand that part.
Recovery,
But like there's a million and one excuses. But like I said, just little things. Like even yesterday, going to the gym, I really didn't feel like going, and it was a cold night, and I said, and then I thought, maybe I'll ride my Harley there. And I went, don't do that. And before you know, I'm starting the Harley, because I said, fuck, why are you talking to yourself like that?
If you're talking to yourself, it's almost you in the mirror situation. Right?
Like, so I'm like,
if you start looking for an excuse, you'll find an excuse.
Yeah.
So don't look for the excuse. Just.
And then I'm riding and I'm happy.
Yeah.
And I'm having a good time, and I'm riding there, and then I park the bike and I go do my workout before I'm riding back home, and I think, maybe, like I'd be a little bit longer ride, but just, daydreaming. I'll look at the moon out there. Like, I don't know, just something changes. So I guess you can convince yourself all the time. I just find there's a thing, I just want to know. I don't want to think. I just want to know. So I just think I'm tired of thinking. So that's what I mean. I want to know, so I'll go. And I just go. And I don't, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be pushing heavy today. I don't know if I'm going to go hard. But what I do know is I'm committed, and Rome wasn't built in a day. So if I believe I'm going to have a big bicep on this workout, you're fucking joking. I'm probably going to have an okay bicep if I train it for the whole year. And then I'll look back. Because many people, I see them when they start or when they're in the gym, and they say, they're there for 2 weeks, and then they take a few days off, and then they take another week off. And I just think to myself, I don't know if you're going to make it.
Yeah.
And I say to them, look, get 12 weeks under your belt, and you're going to be happy you got 12 weeks under your belt. You're just going to look back and say, oh my God, I got 12 weeks. Don't worry about 1 week. Just worry about turning up. Don't worry about perfect. Don't worry about nothing. Like I said, I had a mate who turned up. I didn't care. We finished up. He wanted to light up a cigarette. We did. We sat out the back of the gym or out the front smoking. I'm passive smoking with him now. I didn't care. Like, it's all right. So he lights up his cigarette. We talk. And I think, this guy's only been going for a couple of weeks. I'm not going to tell him, put away cigarettes. Go for your life. Like, make it somewhat enjoyable. So, I think it's more, for me, I think, like, it was funny. One guy said to me, I need, because I started training at 18, I'm 57, and I've got 4 decades. And in those 4 decades, there's been times when I haven't gone for 2 years. And there's been times that I've trained shit for 5 years. But he said to me, what did he say? He says, I need 20 years to catch up to you. I go, nah, look, my 20 years haven't been perfect. He goes, well, then how many? I said, 15. Because 5 have wasted.
Yeah.
So like I said, it's all compounding. And it is. 1 minute I'm a fat bastard in there. Trust me, I'm like 20 kilos over, and then I'm not. And then I'm happy, and then I'm not happy. But the gym is not, like I said, I don't believe I scored it on the day. I've never believed I got it today. I just think, I don't. I just know, like everything is when you go, I should be going to the gym, and then you're happy that you are going to the gym.
Yeah.
Both feel the same. Like both are different feelings, but like I said, I'm just happy I've got runs on the board. So that means I can use that a bit more with attitude towards training. And yeah, I've got myself down to just I don't like talking a lot, because when I listen back, I think, shut up, Steve, you don't know everything. But I was like 2 times in my 40s and 50s, I put on like 20 kilos.
Yeah, okay.
I got to, I think I got to about 107 kilos. I was ripped at 50, ripped, shredded. I even took a cycle, I even took steroids first time. It was amazing. And I haven't since. And then there was a period where I put like literally, I went from 90 kilos ripped to 107. And I know why. And I said to myself, all right, I'm going to give myself 2.5 years to take this off. I didn't say 6 months. I didn't say because I knew if I did it too fast at my age, I'm going to look like death. I'm going to be like withdrawn.
Yeah.
They're going to look like, what happened to you, Steve? You look like you've aged. So I said, I'll give 2 years on it. And literally, I am 80 kilos right now. 80 on the dot.
So 27 down.
And I actually probably...
You look great.
Yeah, what I'm saying, I don't look withdrawn. I don't look skinny.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say to you is I can tell, because it has been just chipping away. A natural progression, compounding. Keep turning up, keep turning up, keep turning up. Changing my diets, but not being like muscle doesn't come over. It's there, but what I'm saying is it's like now I've got the runs on the board. I'm proud of myself.
Do you know, segue, but I want your opinion on it since we're here talking about it.
Yeah.
So that rapid weight loss, right?
Yeah.
The first thing, and I've never used it, I don't know that many people that have, but I know how prevalent and common it is. Just in the gym scene, you hear people talk about it, right? Like
Retatrutide, yeah.
Right? And
GLP-1 and 2.
You see like, okay, it's great for their health that they've dropped weight quickly, but there is obvious signs when someone drops weight quickly. Like you said, you get that skeletal look.
Yeah.
Like and you know, if you've seen someone at a gym every morning for 90 days straight, you're like, well, it could be nutrition and hard work. If they're going to the gym 1 or 2 days a week and you see that result, you're like, okay, it's something else. Do you think, regardless of the weight loss, do you think it's healthy, or do you think it just becomes basically a drug addiction where you're like, oh, I can do it while I'm on the drug. They come off the drug. Their lifestyle habits are still bad. They haven't got the routines. They put the weight back on. They go back on the drug.
Yeah. I think the one thing I realized, like I said, I never touched steroids until I was 49 because I was turning 50, and I wanted to see what it was like.
Yeah.
So I did 2 cycles, and exactly what everyone forgets, these are called cycles for a reason.
Yeah.
You're on, you're off. You're on,
yeah,
you're off.
Is there a...
And no one gets off anymore.
I was going to say, is there a reliance? Do people just get on it and stay on it? Yeah.
Too afraid.
Yeah.
So, but what I realized while I was on the juice was, my biggest realization was, how the fuck haven't I utilized my food? How the fuck haven't I utilized my training better? How the fuck haven't I utilized my lifestyle better? Meaning I was still smashing vodkas while I was on the juice, and I'm thinking and doing other stuff.
Did you feel bulletproof? Yeah, that's what. Did it give you a sense of like, well, I can do it because I'm on the juice? So like,
well, the biggest, it's a placebo effect.
Yeah.
Yes, your final set is now your warm up set.
Yeah. Okay.
So what you are pushing on dumbbell bench press is, you find that that's actually warm ups.
Yeah.
That weight, so you're much stronger.
Yeah.
Like you just go like, you keep going to the rack bar and you go, no,
yeah.
no. You keep just going up the rack bar.
Yeah.
So you do get stronger. You recover quicker.
Yeah.
So like you pull a muscle or something and you go like, in 3
what
days.
would normally be weeks is like,
you're back in 3 days.
You're doing the same thing.
Yeah. You feel like you got attitude because you're injecting.
I was going to say, did you get aggression? as a side effect?
I didn't get aggression. I don't think I got aggression. I think,
Chris, did he get aggression? Were you guys friends then?
No, we weren't. But talk about it.
That's what I don't want to ask you. I need to ask people around you if you got aggression.
Maybe talk about some of the women I slept with. Maybe how much aggression there was involved then. But it does get you, it elevates you sexually as well a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Libido, yeah.
Your libido. I think you convince yourself about a lot of things.
The human brain is
the brain does it all. The brain does it all. So I've never touched it since.
Okay. Test?
No, nothing. I don't take anything, right? But testosterone I was taking at the time.
Yeah.
I've got the whole thing, it's all written down in my notes.
Yeah.
So when I realized I wasn't doing everything else right, that's why I've doubled down on my food and my training. And I just know all that is just a top up. So, and everyone on Reddit, True Tight, and it works. But you know what? Anybody, Zempic, anyone that loses weight quickly, I don't know. I believe when I look at their physique, because I saw one guy recently, and he looked good. I don't want to say he didn't look good, but you can see the speed and the withdrawal, and they look more tired.
Yeah.
They look tired. They look withdrawn, but they're not. They're happy to talk to you, but they're just what I look at.
It's like a little gaunt type.
And you can see also that, they might have lost the weight, but the fat around the belly, the love handles, the arms, there's still loose fat hanging around. It's not like you've turned it around.
It's miraculously.
You're this toned. You're not toned.
Yeah, you haven't filled where the fat was with muscle. It's just shrunk a bit. Yeah.
But every single person that I've seen, males, every single male I've seen that's done a drastic weight loss looks grayer and looks older and looks doesn't look good. They look aged.
Yeah.
Every single male, my age. Every time I see them doing dramatic weight loss,
it's a big shock to the body.
It is.
They look 20 years they've been overweight, and then you go boom.
And usually, sometimes, it's because their attire hasn't changed either. They're wearing the clothing they were like. It just look as you move, you're like I've got fat clothes at home.
Yeah.
And I've got clothes that
my fat season and my skinny season.
And that was in bodybuilding too. We had 2 seasons in the year. But like I said, I'm back in clothing that I was wearing. I didn't have to change my wardrobe. I just can't. I'm not wearing my 107 kilo. Like there's jeans that I thought, these look so good. I'll see if I put them on. And I think baggy jeans are in right now. And they're down at my knees.
Yeah, there's no belt that'll hold
and,
that.
And when I put a belt on, I look like then
you got the hand-me-downs?
I look like some kind of 90-year-old grandfather walking down the street with his jeans up here. And
it's all pulled together at the side because there's no
Yeah, so I find that everything is if anything dramatic, I don't think works. Like I said, you can't put muscle on fast. So you eat a lot of food and you're bulking up quick. You're just putting on fat.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to lose weight quickly, I think you jeopardize. Yeah, I personally think you lose weight quickly. You age, or you look like you age quickly.
There's a lot of toxins in stored fat.
Yeah.
And if you burn it or metabolize it too quick, I think you run a pretty big risk of all that dead cell and all of the sick cells in your body just free flooding.
And I think it's all about, nutrition, firing the motor. And I think that's what gives us, or me as a guy a bit older, is to keep the motor firing. Like I said, everyone talks about, I just eat 2 meals a day. Like I said, I eat 5 to 6 meals, which it could equate to 2. But like you, I like eating. Yeah. I love it. I love eating. I love sitting.
And if you don't schedule your eating, then there's temptation. If you know the next meal is 2 hours away, you're like, I can wait 2 hours.
One of my meals at the moment, no joke, is a protein shake, which is
what flavour?
Well, at the moment it's called vanilla soft serve, and it tastes like that. So
solid.
Protein shake. With ice, mate. It's got to be so thick that I've got to pull my eyeballs out. That's how it's got to be, and 2 pieces of sourdough with peanut butter and honey.
Oof.
And I sit there and it's like having a milkshake and I'm eating the bread. And
Sounds
that's one of my meals.
Yeah.
And it works. If I look at the calories, and I've calculated
it hits everything you need.
Everything I need. And then do you want to know what my pre-workout is for the gym?
What?
Cocoa Pops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go look at Cocoa Pops. You're going to laugh your head off. It's the only thing that's not made with wheat. It's rice.
Yeah, right. So it's what, lowering carbs?
Yeah, lowering calories. Carbohydrates is right, but what I'm trying to say, go read the back of the pack. You'll laugh your head off. So before I work, like I'm going to go to the gym in the next, not now, the next half an hour.
Yeah.
I put 2/3 of a cup in a plate, a little bit of
milk?
water.
Oh,
No, water, just water.
Okay.
Mix up, becomes like the chocolate milkshake that they talk about, but
Yeah.
crunchy. Not too much. And I sit there and I'm eating Cocoa Pops. And I've become so vascular at the gym. I've got other guys taking Cocoa Pops.
Taking Cocoa Pops. Are you dealing in Cocoa Pops at the gym?
I've got Cocoa Pops at the front.
You sliding little baggies across the table and it's like, mate, it's 100 grams of Cocoa Pops.
Yeah, mate, take it. And if you don't chew it, you grow even more.
The eastern suburbs has really changed in the last 5 years.
It's all Cocoa Pops. But so I do Cocoa Pops.
Yeah.
Cocoa Pops. And in the morning, sometimes when I'm...
So that's pre-workout, and
That's my
then
pre-workout.
Post-workout might be the protein shake. So you got protein.
Post-workout is always a food or protein shake.
Like
Doesn't really matter. But like I said,
Do you deliberately eat your biggest of the 5 meals at a certain point?
I don't think any is bigger than... I don't think any...
They're all pretty...
meaning the... They're all relative. There's nothing... the only thing that's not big is, I guess, at the moment, is the 2 pieces of sourdough with peanut butter and honey. But it's not smeared like crazy with peanut butter, and it's not drenched with honey. But at the same time, I not only look at calories or look at the table, I look at ingredients. Yeah. When I see this peanut butter is 100% peanut butter.
It's natural peanut butter, yeah. It's
there's natural honey in it. For me, I don't even like...
You don't want hydrogenated palm oils in your peanut butter?
That's right, exactly. I don't want the numbers. Or even the honey, when it says 100% honey or 100% maple syrup. That's coming from a plant or it's coming from somewhere. So
it's less processed.
Yeah, it works this brain to stop bastardizing it.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what happens a lot of times when people eat. I shouldn't have eaten that. As soon as I say I shouldn't eat it, I go into a little bit of a prayer.
Oh,
so I know I bless the food. I go, no. This is bread. Bread's got this, and this has got meat in it, and this has got a tomato. And this is a great meal. And I don't want to go there because I believe you're just turning the psychology around, and before you know it, you got love handles. So I'm like, one look at the mirror, I'm done, I'm out. I've eaten that food, bless it, get out. We don't go back to it. So, but that's kind of like how I eat or what I do. But let's talk about you for a second as well. So you played soccer when you were 15. Were you a good soccer player?
I got club champion, but I was also in a small country town. So it's
Where was
not
that?
a lot of Laidley. So maybe halfway between Brisbane and Toowoomba in southeast Queensland.
Okay. And at 15, you went to the USA to a high school. Correct.
Well, it was an exchange program.
Yeah,
so my local high school had like
the WOGs would never do that because we left a country to come to a country, but it seemed like every Aussie kid was doing this exchange program.
I think when you're part of it, it's like Australia's a big island, right? Yeah. So you might travel around Australia, but there's like, what's beyond the shores, right? Yeah. What's the rest of the world doing? And this, you got to remember, this is 20 years ago before the internet. We were just on the cusp of dial-up and stuff like that. So, it wasn't social media where you saw what was happening in the rest of the world straight away. But I was fortunate enough, like I was in a position with my family where my mum could do it. And so I was over there for 3.5 weeks. And I know they say the grass is always greener on the other side, right? But you just go, wow. And I fell in love, I think, at that age with a degree of Americana culture. And I specifically, sport and food. Yeah. Whether it's because it was, like what we kind of already had in Australia, but just magnified like 100x what we were doing. Yeah. Whether it was the quality was better, I don't know. But I just remember coming back from that going like, that place was cool.
My daughter's over there now.
Cool. Yeah, right? Beautiful. What part?
She's in New York, Long Island.
Oh, lovely.
She's 22. She's a performing artist.
Yeah.
And she got her first gig, and she's now there till February 2027.
Oh yeah, she got extended
on Ocean Liner with her own cabaret show. So she's singing on this show and traveling the Caribbean till February.
Tough work.
That's her residence.
Yeah.
And this majestic boat, the ones that don't come to Australia because we can't afford them, and they've got the Swarovski staircase.
Oh wow!
This is like, you should see this place. Yeah. It's like a city.
Can she get you tickets?
We haven't gone there. I did ask. I did ask.
Like she can get you tickets, but they're still full price there. Sorry.
You know yourself. When you have kids and you have a daughter, it's always full price.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
always full price.
Yeah.
There's no discounts when you got kids. But yeah, so she said to me, because we were talking about the food, and she goes, "It seems tastier here."
Yeah.
Even now, she goes, "It's just tasty." Maybe they allow MSG over there. I don't know.
Do you know?
She just said it's tastier.
So I mean, I don't. So she's living there to a degree now, right? Like for an extended period of time.
I'll show you something.
No, yeah. I'm of the opinion, and it's part. We talked earlier about my extra travel I'm doing at the moment. Like I just reckon stuff tastes better when you're on holiday.
Yeah.
So if you're traveling and you know it's got a finite time, whether it's 3 weeks, 3 days, 6 months, food tastes better. Yeah, see? But
See that?
so you could get the exact same food,
That's what I'm reading. Yeah.
but get it. And I think one thing, and it is proven, but just American food is basically laden with sugar and salt
Yeah.
to a degree, right?
Yeah.
Which nutritionally, not great. To eat, freaking delicious.
Well, we're saying sodium's good, so that you know, we think sodium's a good thing for bodybuilding.
Yeah, done,
so there
right?
you go, we're done.
Um,
Salt's good, mate.
But the issue is to offset the salt so it doesn't taste as salty, they load it with sugar. And then you go, oh, well, the sugar's no good. And you're like, yeah, but you couldn't tell it had sugar in it because we balanced it with sodium.
Yeah.
It's funny, like...
But she said it's tasty.
Yeah, and so I came back from that American trip and kind of, looked more into food locally.
Yeah, and you fell in love with Man v Food Comp.
Man versus... So are you familiar with Adam Richmond?
No, what is it?
No, all right. So it was like this half-an-hour sitcom, or not sitcom, but like a reality show, I guess, one of the precursors, where Adam Richmond, just regular guy, TV host, traveled around America, and he would highlight 2 venues that had an eating challenge, and then the end of the episode, the third segment, was him trying a food challenge. And he'd always get like a local guy to do it, and they'd both try it, and some he was good at. And he wasn't probably the best competitive eater. I'll put it out there, but it was entertaining competitive eating, right? And that was like, it goes back to the gluttonous fat kid, right? This OTT, why have like a normal cheeseburger when you can try eating a 12 patty cheeseburger? Or why have a stack of pancakes or pikelets, we used to call them, the size of your dinner plate, when you can have a 16-inch pancake? And it was just this like, yes. And so I watched that and I watched that and I watched it. And then I went back to America when I was 18 or maybe between 17 and 18 with my mum and sister. And I researched into it. And I was like, I'm going to go to some of those places I saw on the TV show. And I did. I went to some of them. And some like failed miserably, right? Like just absurd. They looked at me. I think it would have been like 73, 74 kilos, wringing wet, stick thin. And these servers looked at me and went, you are going to try eating that? And I was, oh, yeah, I'm going to have a crack. I saw the show. Failed miserably. Some I did well at. Some I beat. Yeah. And so I came away from it going, I can do this. Not bad. If an Aussie kid can come over here and do some of these American challenges. Got back to Australia and I was like, I'm gonna find all the ones in Australia. There were none in Australia. There was about 3, probably 3 in all of Australia. One in central Queensland that was like a burger the size of this table called the Road Train Burger. That was just a tourist gimmick. Yeah. Big guys in their B-double semi-trailers would stop and have a crack at it and keep driving. The rest were like pubs doing like, eat a 1 kilo steak. If you eat it, you get it free.
Yeah.
Which the average male could probably eat a 1 kilo steak. It's not that hard. And so did what I could. Wasn't really anything. When I moved to Melbourne for work, there was a bit more of it, right? Obviously, increased population, more tourism.
Food is big in Melbourne.
Yeah. Just and immigration, right? Like their education, they probably have a lot more people coming in from other countries to study and stuff like that. Fell into that culture of it a bit more, like made some friends through it. But then, so I did it maybe 2 or 3 years in Melbourne as a hobby. Yeah. That's where the social channels started growing, right? Like doing the competitive eating, made friends out of it. But when I moved to Sydney, again, it was just like voodoo. It was like poo-pooed. People in Sydney were like, that's gross. Yeah. That's sick. Why would you do that? And so that was the precursor to me getting out of it. Like I started kind of losing interest because it was hard to do. And then once I had my son and I did a few big challenges where I was just like, very obvious to me. It just opened my eyes. I was like, this isn't worth my time and effort anymore. And that was the way out of it. But it was that first trip to America at 15 that got me hooked. Yeah.
You also mentioned that at 17, 18, you made some poor life decisions.
Yeah.
What bad life decisions?
Look, so I touched on it very early on in the conversation. Senior high school, the Defence Force introduced this brand new gap year program so that you kind of got an introduction to the Defence Force without committing to a proper enrollment. I was like, great. Pulled some strings, applied, got an enlistment date. I was going to the Navy, 12-month program, good salary. And basically, if you liked it, they take you on straight away. No strings attached. Got a girlfriend. Last couple of months of year 12. Enlistment date was February, March the next year. Dated through the summer. I don't want to leave. Threw in the Defence Force stuff. I did all right at high school, right? Like I got a pretty good senior score. Went, all right, well, I can enroll at uni. I'll just go to uni. Study locally, stay local. Enrolled in the exact course I wanted.
What was it?
Got accepted. Sports science?
Wow.
Well, not sports. It had a specific physiological, I don't know. My end goal was I wanted to be a senior high school PE teacher.
Okay.
But at like 2.5 years into the 4-year course, it splits. You can either go like double down on science, and a lot of kids start in it and go into physio, or you can go education and become a high school teacher. Got into it. Had the scores, got into it. I was at a great uni like UQ St. Lucia campus, one of the best in Queensland. But I was an hour and a half away from the uni. The travel, 8 a.m. lectures, leaving at home at 8 and at 7.
Still with the girlfriend?
Still with the girlfriend at the start of the uni. So
it went downhill from that point.
Yeah, then the relationship went downhill. Girls. So then I'm not with the girl, and I'm in this course that I like, but logistically it's busting my balls. Like it's a real pain in my ass.
Yeah.
And so then the interest waned. I was like, fuck. And it was like some of the subjects were harder than I think anticipated.
Yeah.
So 6 months in, I went, fuck, I can't do this. Dropped out. Yeah. So I've revoked on the Defence Force, dropped out of the uni course, broken up with a girlfriend, and that was very messy. And went, fuck, I'm just going to, 6 months. I'm just going to not sit on my ass, but, I had a job at a supermarket. I went and got extra hours at that. I basically went, all right, what can I do? I went and got a blue card to work with kids. I volunteered at my mother's primary school 1 day a week and did a high ropes course, got certified on a high ropes course. And all those little things that you're like, you never find time for, I just went and got all these little extra qualifications, a barista course, or this or that. Went on a holiday to Europe with my family. Maybe at the end of that 6 months, like if I started that in July, maybe like October, we went to Europe on a multi-coach country type get on, get off bus tour thing. And again, similar to that America trip, just went, wow. Like Europe and pastry and chocolates and all the skill and the sentiment and the culture of, like in Australia, a pastry is a sweet treat. Yeah. For them, it's what you have with coffee. Like it's breaking bread. It's like, if we're sitting down having a chat, we need a pastry and we need coffee.
Is that Europe?
Europe, yeah. Right. And so
that's what I was going to say. We are.
It's not voodoo, or it's not like a gluttonous thing where you're like, I can have dessert now. It's not. It's just cultural. It's ingrained in them. And so they don't overeat it because they go, I'll have a croissant that day and I'll have another croissant tomorrow and another croissant. But I know I'm having it.
It's part of connection.
Yeah. It's a different way of eating, right?
It's the way they communicate.
And I came back from that and tried doing the uni thing again. I changed unis, went to a little bit closer and doubled down on education, just re-enrolled in a straight education course, but used my credits from the previous stuff. And got halfway through that degree, got to 2 years through the senior education. And it was right around the time that they were bringing in the national curriculum. And my mum and dad were both primary school teachers and had dealt with the state government and had dealt with curriculums their whole life. And I was like, I was struck. I'm at uni getting taught the old curriculum, but they're telling us like, but in 2 years, the new curriculum's coming in. So I'm like, so you're teaching me all of this framework and all of this stuff, but letting me know that in 2 years, all of what I'm learning is redundant. And they're like, yes, excellent. You're aware of it. I'm like, so I was really struggling, and I could just see the pinch points and the pressure in the working environment that, the teachers were already facing. And I was like, fuck, this looks like a shit show.
What was changing?
Well, they were trying to standardize it, right? Like obviously every state, the education system is run by state government. So New South Wales is operating different to Queensland, is operating different to... but then they wanted a standardised thing where they were like, but we need New South Wales and Queensland kids to get the same education. So they were bringing in this national curriculum, which meant basically the federal government gives all the state governments this curriculum and says, as long as all of this is covered, then whatever's left over, you can do whatever you want, specialize or focus on different stuff. And it was just super messy because all the framework, all the textbooks, all the an old curriculum, and they were phasing in this new curriculum, and I was trying to learn it at that transfer crossover period. It was just a shit show. Got out of it. Went, all right, what do I love? That's where I broke everything back down to square one. All right, what do I love? Food. I'd loved the competitive eating when I went to America. I loved the pastry stuff when I went to Europe. I went, fuck it, you know what? I did my research. I found this course in Melbourne, 12-month course, private training provider, largely funded by the government as like a training program. So it wasn't that expensive. And I went, Mum, I think this is what I want to do. And I don't think I can do it in Queensland. The Queensland hospitality scene 15 years ago was null and void. It was good pubs and bad pubs.
Seems like your mum has a lot of patience.
She's a beautiful woman. Single mums from the age of 7, 8.
I know your dad passed away.
And and looking back at it now in retrospect that I've got kids and I'm a similar age to what she was when I was going through a lot of this, and I went, fuck, she was so selfless. Yeah. Like I can't remember a time in the 18 years I lived at home that she put herself first, ever. And so as a kid, you forever begrudge your parents and, you don't do enough for me, or you're too strict. Or I look back at her now and I'm like, what an angel of a human to A, put up with me, but B, give me so much and support all of these things that I was doing. And again, so I found the course. I went, I think I need to go to Melbourne for it. It was in Melbourne. I was like, I think if this is what I seriously want to do and I'm going to commit to it. And remembering I'd had all these flop things before where I'd started, pulled out. I was like, I think to make this work, I need to immerse myself in it. I need to go to Melbourne to do it. She was like, all right, you commit to doing it. I'll pay for your student accommodation.
Wow.
So that basically I just didn't have that stress anxiety on my shoulder of, then I'm going to have to get a job. I'm going to have to work, balancing everything. And so I did it. I did the course. Mum supported it. Got to the end of the 12 months. I wouldn't say I freaked out, but came home, right? Like during that summer period, everything stops in Australia for summer, like school break. Came home. Queensland had these horrible, horrible floods. It was the 2011, 2012 floods, the major inland tsunami situation. I wouldn't say I got trapped there. Like my plan was always to enroll and do, so that was a Cert 3. I was going to come home, do my diploma, and then make my mind up, right? So I was buying myself that 12 months of doing the diploma in Queensland to go, all right, what am I going to do? So I was in Queensland that another year at home, Queensland flooded, and then I basically did my diploma in hospitality at Toowoomba TAFE. Meanwhile, I was working doing recycling for a company, a Lutheran company that did support work for people with disability, doing curbside recycling. Right? So that was very eye-opening. Yeah. But it also gave me like a good kind of perspective, right? Like if these people have a disability and they can live a life and they come and like, it was physical labor, right? Like curbside picking up recycling, and they're doing it. I can't begrudge it, right? Like it's, and to this day, like I scold my kids when they put recycling stuff in the wrong bins at home because I'm like, someone's dealing with that, right? Wow. It's someone's on a line somewhere sorting through recycling right now. Wow. And at the end of that 12 months, so I get the diploma. And from the 12 months in Melbourne, I just looked at my mum and I was like, I have to go back to Melbourne because Queensland's not where it's at for what I wanted to do. And so I enrolled in a couple of private training courses. Again, there's a school down there called Savo, like really great chefs. Kirsten Tibbles, like she's been on MasterChef. She's, very well respected in the chocolate and patisserie space. And I went, they were quite expensive. A 3-day course might be $1,000. Wow. My whole Cert 3 in patisserie cost less than that. When I'm going to do 3 or 4 of these courses back to back to back to back. So I only have to be in Melbourne for a fortnight, slept on the couch of a family friend. Loved it. Amazing, right? Like so knowledgeable. But more importantly than the theory I was learning were these chefs that I could ask questions of, right? Like you can do tutorials and online e-courses and it's great. You learn the theory. But having questions where you can ask someone and bounce ideas and go, yeah, but what if this happens? Oh, but what if that happens? And and at the end of the 2 weeks or towards the end of the 2 weeks, I was picking the brains of some of the trainers there and just went like, I must have brought up jobs, right? Like I'm looking for a job or I'd love to get a job. And one of them kind of said like, oh, are you like, do you live in Melbourne? I said, no, I don't, but I'd move here if I got something. Put me in contact with a guy. A week later, I'm having a meeting with the guy. 2 weeks later, I've got a job.
What are you doing?
Chocolate work.
Yep.
And basically I remember kind of going to the family friend that I was on the couch. Oh, can I stay an extra week? Can you help me find a place to rent? I need to live here, etc. And then, from within the space of that 2 weeks of the private training courses to 6 weeks, I was in an apartment in Cheltenham with a full-time job. And I was a chocolatier.
Wow.
And just from, loved it. It's what I wanted to do. And it's one of them pinch me things where you're just kind of like, yeah, how did I end up here? From enrolling in the Navy because I didn't know what to do, to being a school teacher, to now I'm a chocolatier. And loved what I did, loved chocolate work, would still love to work in it to a degree. I think after doing it for 3 or 4 years, I learned that my personality, and I refer to it as the Aussie in me, right? I would look at a job and be like, that's pretty good. And I was surrounded by perfectionists that went, that's not good enough. And I didn't have the self-drive. They were right. Like, it probably wasn't good enough. It's like pastry and chocolate is a world of perfectionism. Yeah. In my eyes, I was like, that's good enough. And so I knew that it wasn't
good enough.
Well, I just knew it wasn't a long-term prospect for me to go, I can commit 40 years to this, because I would never be the best at it. And then I'm thinking long-term, like, okay, would I open my own business in this field? And then if I'm looking at it going, that's good enough, and other people are telling me it's not good enough, that's my competition.
Yeah.
And so when I was presented with the opportunity to move into a marketing world away from that, I loved it. I did it because in UGC and being in the content world, like, sometimes imperfection is the greatest strength of the content.
100%.
Being authentic and being yourself.
I think that's the only way it works now.
Yeah, so I could lean into that personality of like, close enough is good enough.
Yeah.
Or imperfect is what I want. As opposed to when I'm working for someone else as a chef, I have to do what they want. And that constant battle of, but I've done it. Yeah, but that's not good enough. Do it again. And you're like, yeah. So it worked out in the long run, and I'm working in food, right, which is what I love. Yeah. But it's just different to how I envisaged it starting.
Well, obviously you said about having kids and change your perspective. I mean, how do you feel as a dad, where dads are the supposedly, well, maybe not today, but we can't get rid of it somewhat, to believe we could be the sole income earner of the house.
Yeah.
Keep everyone a roof over their heads and keep them dressed and put food on the table. Do you sometimes question yourself with what you're doing now and the seriousness of the responsibility of being a dad? And do you have to talk yourself into it and out of it in sometimes? Because sometimes I have to as well. And the one thing I've come to realize is we get one go at this life. It ain't a practice run. We treat it like a practice run. Like, I'll come back and do it. I'll come back and do it again right.
Yeah.
And I've also realized that there's no looking back. So
what's done is done.
What's done is done. And it's all good. The whole thing's good. Yeah. Even the shit stuff is good.
Yeah.
But what I realized most importantly, which cemented it even further for me, was when my daughter got the job at 22 to go to America. And she goes, yeah, I'm going to America. And there wasn't a moment that I thought to myself, how can I don't know what advice to give this person to tell them, like, do you think you can get something local, or did you try hard enough? And she was working at IGA, and I didn't even want her to go get an office job that gave her more money. Yeah. I just thought, let's
protect.
We don't care if it's IGA for the next 20 years, if she's trying to pursue a career, her dream. And then when she got this job in America and she's going over there, I said, I can fucking do anything I want to. I can go anywhere I want. Why am I just believing this is it?
Yeah.
So even my mind opened up more. And the funny thing is, about a week ago, she goes to me, I miss you. I said, that's nice. She goes, do you miss me? And you got to know what you got to say with girls. And I kept getting it wrong. I said, no, not really. I'm really excited. Goes, but don't you miss me? No, I miss you. I do. I miss you. I want to motivate her.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm really excited for you. She's saying, no, I just need you to know, do you miss me? I went, I miss you.
Every day,
I miss you every day. But I'm like, no, go get them. You know, like so.
It's hard. It's that dichotomy, right? Like you, as a parent, you're protective and you don't want to see any harm come to them. So obviously, if they're away somewhere doing something else, you can't protect them. But you also want to push them to do exactly what they want. Go on a conquer the world.
And then you realize yourself too, are we conquering the world? And when does it stop?
I think it takes a back seat for the 20 years that you're nurturing.
Yeah, 100%. And it does, but you're learning a few things along the way, even with your own kids. But like I said, you were quite blessed with your mum. I was blessed with my parents too, but I mean, we couldn't move. If I lived in Belmore, if I said I'm moving to St. Susie where I lived, I think, why have you gone to the other side of the world?
Yeah.
So it was a little bit different in the way I was brought up and the way people believe. Talking about the competition eating as well. I mean, that's a game right now. That's the biggest thing. That's like a world event right now. Like we got, and it's typical of America. Anything like America. And do you know Jay Webby?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I'm trying to get him on too. He loves the gym too, but he's hard to get on. He's always on the run or on the move. He's everywhere.
Busy guy.
He's a busy guy, but same with him. And I can tell by how does someone prepare to be a competitive eater? How do you fit all that fucking hot dogs?
Yeah.
I can see it all happening. So
let me walk you through a day as a competitive eater, right?
Please, I want to know competitive eating. I want to know what happens after it. So are you guys vomiting? Are you guys, what's going on?
And that's another part of the reason that I stepped away from it 10 years ago.
Because I think it's brutal.
Basically, a lot of the prep and it, if you want to look at it as a sport,
my jawline eating a few
endurance
shish kebabs.
Yeah.
And if the lamb is too tough, by the time I get...
Imagine 30-minute-old pizza crusts.
Fucking...
And it's just your mass... Yeah. So there's an element of anything, right, where there's training and preparation involved. So for the capacity stuff, it tends to be water loading. So what you're doing, basically think of your stomach as the balloon out of a packet. First thing you do, you pick up a balloon before you blow it up, you give it a stretch.
Yeah.
A couple of times, get the rubber stretch. So if you did that, if you just go, oh, well, I got to eat 4 kilos tomorrow, I'll eat 4 kilos today as a warm-up. Your body's not going to break it down and digest it.
Right.
So what you would do is you go, all right, but what I can do is stretch it with water or any liquid for that matter, but water is 0 calorie. So you stretch it with water. And then what I would do is a diuretic, green tea, caffeine, anything that, asparagus, right? Anything that naturally is just going to strip water out of your body, make you pee heaps.
Yep.
You would do it. So if I'm doing a nighttime challenge, I would drink a gallon of water in the morning. Try and avoid drinking anything else through the day. Don't eat anything during the day. Just piss out as much of it as you could. Your stomach is expanded. You get to challenge time. Off you go. The thing is, obviously, there's a nature or an element where people go, oh, if you throw up, you've failed the challenge. The reality is, and a lot of the American competitors, I was fortunate enough, I represented Australia on a Japanese TV show in New York for competitive eating, right? Get your head around that. Australia versus Great Britain versus Japan versus Australia. The 4 best in each country, head-to-head Davis Cup style, like a doubles and 2 singles in a tie.
Yep.
And it would be a half an hour of eating X food type. And I'd never seen it before. I'd never competed against internationals. And so we go in with this preconceived notion of like, okay, we got to keep it all down. You can't throw up. And then away we go. And I remember day 1, set 1. I don't think we were competing. It might have been 2 of the other countries. And you just look at the volume that they put away in that half an hour. And for example, it might be blueberry pie. You have to eat nothing but blueberry pie nonstop for 30 minutes against someone else. There's just this whole table covered in slices of pie. And you're doing the math in your head and you're like, oh, they just ate 4.5 kilos of blueberry pie. And they don't look sick. They're smiling on camera. They're shaking hands with the guy at the end of time and they get up and they walk away and you're like, where'd they both go? Just gone straight to the bathroom, thrown it up.
Wow.
And you're like, oh, you can, like as the Australian team, we were like, you can do that? I thought that was like, I didn't think you can do that. And kind of just general consensus amongst all the eaters was like, no, of course you do it. Like, what do you think? We're going to keep it down? Like, that's stupid.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
And, you think of it as a one-off and you go, okay, I get it, why they do it. And then you think about the repetitions of doing it often. And you talk to a lot of competitive eaters behind the scenes, away from challenges, a lot of competitive eaters come from eating disorder backgrounds, right? They've had anorexia and their doctors have gone, here's a challenge, like just eat one meal a day. And it starts with just eating dinner. And then dinner becomes dinner and dessert. And then dinner and dessert becomes 2 dinners. And so it snowballs, right? Or it comes from a bulimia background where they eat and throw up and eat and throw up and eat and throw up. And a lot of them are reformed, right? They're not inverted commas, touch wood, they don't have an eating disorder anymore. But when you look at competitive eating, in a way, it is an eating disorder. Like it is an unhealthy way of eating. And that's when I say I had my son and I was looking at it. And so my son was born end of 2016. I was representing Australia at this food thing, October, November 2016. So I just got back from America and this food thing. I had my son. And then the next year, he must have been less than 6 months old. I did this big promotional food challenge thing with 2 other guys, 20 kilos of food between 3 of us. The day after that, my appendix burst. I was in hospital for a week.
Oh, God.
Couldn't pick up my 6-month-old, couldn't do anything, couldn't help my wife. I was off work, blah, blah, blah. And I went, competitive eating? This isn't work. That's when I stopped. I threw the towel in. But there's that underbelly of competitive eating where even the best, I take my hat off. Like, you've still got to get 4 or 5 kilos in your stomach, right? Like, that in itself is an achievement. But there is a lot of throwing up going on. Like, a lot.
Wow. And what about the ones where, besides beating the volume, what about doing it in the time frame?
Yeah, the speed. That's
the key thing that gets me is how
so the
can
Japanese, right? This Japanese TV show, the Americans like the speed eating.
Yeah, well, I've noticed the speed eating seemingly is
I think it's more entertaining.
I think it's more entertaining speed eating.
Yeah.
I think there's volume eating in the world championships. I think
obviously, you eat 74 hot dogs in 10 minutes. That's still a lot of food.
Yeah.
The Japanese,
but it seems
right,
like, this speed eating thing.
Someone for maybe like, say a decade ago in Japan, choked during speed eating, passed away during a competition.
I would not be surprised. I was going to.
And so the Japanese culture, like so respectful and about shame and stuff, they basically banned competitive eating for 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
And they genuinely love it, right? As a country, as a culture, they love it. And they were like, obviously the smarter minds got together and went, how do we bring it back? How do we do it without being disrespectful to the person that passed away and that all of the negative media? They went, well, just slow it down. Instead of speed eating, what if we just make them eat lots of food over a longer period of time and then they won't choke?
Yeah.
So they brought in this half-hour time frame. The Americans love the speed eating.
They do love
it. And I do think from an entertainment point of view, if you're watching someone do something for 5-10 minutes, you can commit. If you watch someone do something for half an hour, it can get boring. But
I've seen some of, like I said, I see Jay Webby and I see some other guy too. And when I see what gets before them, and I actually look at it and I go, oh, what a shame you can't sit there and savor that. Looks like a great dish.
Literally. No.
Like, looks like a fucking lovely dish to sit back and just enjoy nibbling away. But they're smashing this thing. I'm thinking, oh my God. I just think it's so delicious. I'd like to take my time with it.
It is. It's funny. Like, I've been on both sides of the situation now, right? I was a competitive eater in the social media world where I was trying to sell myself to businesses and assets and stuff. And now I work in marketing where I'm working for the business to try and promote itself. And when I was a competitive eater, I sold all the positives. Think of the views, think of the brand awareness, but you're right. Like, no one watching competitive eating, like, it's not glamorous. They don't make the food look good. And the person doing the competitive eating is rushing it down so fast that I don't think they can really articulate. Like, I've eaten really good food quickly and I've eaten really crap cheap food quickly. And at the end of the day, you don't know the difference. You're just chew, swallow, bite, swallow, bite, swallow, bite, swallow.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
And so now that I work in marketing, I go, competitive eating's not really what we need to sell food. Okay, it might be good for brand awareness, might be good for SEO and all those things that fill out the back end. But as a customer, as a consumer, I don't look at that guy competitive eating going, fuck, I want that food now. But when I was a competitive eater, I was making that argument that I should. And there were certain times where you're like, I wish I could just sit and enjoy it.
Yeah.
But if you are the competitive eater, no one wants you to sit and enjoy it. They go, no, eat it as quickly as you can.
I'm always like, I mean, I'm astounded how quickly they get it, but I always go, what a shame. That looks like something I'd really like to chow down easily with.
Yeah.
But I do kind of, because, I mean, I'm even salivating thinking about some of the stuff I've eaten. But, so, again, like bodybuilding and influencers.
Yeah.
And people jumping on the bandwagon and steering people in the wrong direction. Like, and the whole anxiety of it all, you know what I'm trying to say? Like rating food and this and that. I mean, it's a big business, or is it a lot of noise at the moment? But all these people are rating places. How much of it, I guess what I'm trying to say is,
how much should we take serious?
How much should we take serious? Everyone's sitting in their car. Like, how many breadcrumbs are on someone's fucking floor of their car?
Lots.
Like, yeah, lots of car stuff. But how does I'm trying to understand it just seems like there's a lot of people walking down streets in front of bins, eating food and critiquing it. And how much are they experts? And is everything, how do they get an 8.2 and a 7.1 and a, like, look, I'm just trying to understand it. I like some of the places they're going to, but it just, like I said to you, it's getting a bit noisy.
I am 100%. And one of the biggest arguments against social media is, you know, where, not freedom of information, but anyone can put information out there. How much of it's real? How much of it's fake? How much of it's got actual research done or anything? And I always look at, I've been around long enough now, I can look at content and usually tell, right? And not just genuine or authentic, because I think everyone's entitled to opinion, right? It's still, their opinion is still valid. Is it an opinion that I take on board? If I don't think that it's an educated or articulated opinion, no. Do I think, and repetitions is everything, right? Like you and
what's an educated?
All right, so what's
the reason being is because we get this in bodybuilding as well. Sometimes I look at things and I think, fucking, you're just creating anxiety, man. Or why are we talking about this when there's this?
I look at, so twofold, right? And if you've never worked hospo, but you've done 100 pie reviews and eaten at 100 different bakeries, I go, you've immersed, like you have a perspective of the top, the bottom, the in-between for comparative reasons. Yeah. If you've eaten 6 pies in your entire life and you've never worked hospitality and you don't have a good understanding of the supply chain or the consumer industry, then where are you basing your opinion from, other than you're basing your opinion off external things like what you've heard others say?
Yeah.
Or is it purely, and I hate to say it, is it purely clickbait? You know, feeding the machine that is entertainment. And
that's what's happening.
The thing with the food industry, and to a degree the fitness industry, is ease of access, right? Like not everyone can do travel content because not everyone can afford to travel. Almost anyone can exercise, because even if you can't have a gym membership, you can do a park workout. Yeah, you can have an opinion on exercise. And same with food. Like most people are eating 3 meals a day, whether it's a cooking video, whether it's fast food takeaway, whether it's high-end restaurants, whatever. Everyone eats. Everyone needs to understand food to a degree. And so then if there is food content, most people will watch it. The unfortunate thing is, and this goes across all social media and all topics, there's a lot of white noise, like you were saying, where I think some people with a huge influence don't necessarily have the educated opinion on what they're putting out.
Yeah.
But there's a very large audience taking what they have to say seriously.
Yeah.
And then there would be other people, very educated, very logical reason to listen to what they have to say, maybe don't have the audience, or no one takes them seriously because it's not presented in an entertaining or catchy format.
Yeah.
And it's a shame, but that is the pros and cons of social media.
It seems like at the moment the two things that are up there is exercise or health and well-being and food.
Yeah.
Like food critics and exercise. Like it seems like that's it. And there's nothing else. It doesn't matter. You can be like I like soccer. Who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got
there's a niche, right? But there's a niche for that.
No, we've got sideline reporters now.
Yeah.
I mean, for the rugby league,
podcasters and everything. And
sideline reporters like critiquing a game. I follow the dogs
live time,
and I'm TikTok, and then I'm listening to the guys.
Yeah.
I'm listening to Muhammad give a breakdown of the game, and Serraldo's got to be sacked.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you know, as long as as long as they don't bag Galvin, because he looks like my son. He looks like actually my son. So fucking don't you bag Galvin, mate? Galvin's a good kid. So I think there's some people that do a really good job at it, but you can tell by their passion.
Yeah.
And their critique and what they're saying.
I was talking with another creator Friday last week, Russ up in the Hunter Valley. Russ Eats, if you follow him or not.
Yes, I think so.
And he's been doing it long enough, and I've been doing it long enough, where we were talking about a similar topic, and we just went, a lot of people are getting into it now with the sole purpose and desire of monetization and brand building, and I want to get paid. And we talked about how, man, when we were doing it, we weren't getting paid. Like when we started doing it, we weren't getting paid. There was no thought of getting paid 5 years ago, pre-COVID, to create content. It's just we enjoyed doing it. Well, and so we did it. Yeah. And through consistency and time and building channels that have a following, we've now been able to monetize it. Yeah. But I think, and we both said it, like if you took away the $42 billion influencer economy now and said, all right, no influencer is getting paid for anything anymore. We looked at each other, we're like, you still do what you're doing? I was like, yeah, I'm still doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, 100%.
I love doing it. I think there's a lot of people that do it now for a short-term gain. And you look at it, and maybe it's the algorithm or not, but like I've been doing it for 10 years now. I look at some people and they come and go in 12, 18 months.
Yeah.
And they might have rapid success, but it's not sustainable, or they get to where they want to go and jump off, right? They just needed a platform so that they could create another business to advertise that business, and then they get out.
Yeah, I think it's the compounding effect, like I've mentioned, and then you got to learn new other skills. You got to learn good communication skills behind the camera with getting sponsors or people to pay you.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure the places you go to, and some of the places I've seen you go to, and I'm assuming that sometimes they ask you to come and they'll pay for 100%.
you. 100%. Yeah, I'm very transparent about it.
No, but what I'm saying is you're critiquing a hotel room. I've seen you.
Yeah.
You're like, what I mean is these are big companies with marketing departments, and if they're not happy, they're not happy. And at the same time, they want you to take them on a journey too. So like, there's an element that you're not just a food critic. You're, like you said, you're a media expert,
a trusted voice,
and also learning how to do business and how to close deals and how to get sponsorships and also make time. Like it is, and build it into, I guess, a monetized business that can support your family.
Yeah.
Because it's not just supporting you and getting free food. And I think, like I said, there is, like I said to you, I find it, I find it interesting, and we're still, like I said, trying to learn it ourselves. How do you find as well fame? Like, because you've got a lot of followers.
Yeah.
Does a lot of followers tell you've got fame, or is it still kind of like crickets?
Do you know what's funny? So pre TikTok era, so like 2021, 2022, post-COVID, my Instagram was entirely just food focused, like pictures of the food. Yeah. I still had 150,000 followers, but I could walk around, no one would know who I was. Unless you were really in the burger scene. I was a burger guy. Unless you were really in the burger scene, and then I'd every now and again, oh, you're the burger guy. But it's because I was at a burger place getting a picture of a burger, and they could put two and two together pretty quickly. And then the COVID era happened, and I reluctantly started doing video content and posting on TikTok and much more face to camera UGC. And then, within 6 months, you would see, and I knew it was from TikTok because it wasn't my Instagram content. That, it's changed every year. Oh, you're the pineapple guy. Because I used to do a series called Pineapple Reviews. And then the next year I did banh mi reviews. Oh, you're the pork roll guy. And the year after that, I was like, oh, you're the steak guy. So whatever series I was doing, they would have recognized me from. But it is much more, and I get flattered by it, right? Like if you said you're a Doggies fan, if I was in Belmore and I saw Lockie Galvin, I'd chase him down and go, Lockie, can I get a photo? So when someone stops me in public and goes, mate, love what you do, feel like a bit of a dickhead asking, but can I get a photo? Of course you can.
Yeah.
Like I'm flattered by it. It's different if I'm out with my family. And obviously then, like, are you encroaching on my family space? Do you make my wife or kids uncomfortable? Or, am I neglecting a kid while I have to talk to you? That's different. Yeah. And the same with me. If I would try not to approach someone if I could see that they were in a private, reserved time with their family.
Yeah. I remember being in Potts Point and I saw Mark Philippoussis sitting at the other table. And I was dying to go say hello to him, but I go, no, I think it's his own time. I just sit
Yeah, and you got to read the room too. Like
you got to read the room.
Sometimes I was at an event and it was the host of Man vs. Food, Adam Richmond, and he was just, after he'd done his MC work, I remember he was sitting at the bar with a whiskey and he looked just like a man that went, do not approach me. Do not approach me. And as much as I would have loved to have gone, you got to know, right? Like people don't understand that sometimes when a famous person snaps at the paparazzi or snaps at the innocent person trying to approach them for a photo, like a lot's going on around that one moment in time.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's not shared. It's just, Mark Philippoussis snaps at Steve for trying to get a photo in Potts Point. And you're like, yeah, but he had a shit day. And
I mean, but yeah, people are humans. I get it.
Yeah. So I like the fame, right? It strokes my ego to a point.
Do you ever sometimes wonder when they go...
As long as it's positive, right? Like disclaimer, as long as it's positive. If you're giving me stick, you can...
Do you ever wonder what they see in you sometimes? Like I know Chris, sometimes we were at an event once and someone said, I mean, we're nothing, man, but sometimes they go, I really love your content. I go, oh man, thank you so much. And then they walk away and go to Chris, what do you think they like?
So there's a term for it. It's not the body dysmorphia, but it's similar to that, right? Where even at my platform now and the recognition that I get in public, to me, I'm still just like that small town boy doing what I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, when I'm in a business discussion, I leverage that following to get whatever I need to get paid out of them. But I think when I walk around, like I don't walk around with this self-inflated sense of worth where I'm like, I'm somebody. Do you know who I am? Like I catch the train places because you know what? Like I don't have an issue with public transport.
Yeah.
If I'm on the public transport, I can be on my phone. I can listen to music. I can, and like little things like that where I hate buying full price clothes. I buy everything when it's clearance, end of financial year, sale rack.
That table's the best thing.
Mate, I'm like...
And what's happened to Vinnie's? They're as expensive as those tables now.
Boutique vintage stuff's come back in fashion.
Yeah, but the thing is, I was talking to someone. I said, going to Vinnie's was like buying something for $5. I can go find a $20. I can buy a $20 table at General Pants now.
You know, the root of all this evil, I blame Macklemore for bringing out Thrift Shop 10 years ago.
It blew it up. It went up 100%, 200%.
No one shopped. Yeah, no. But so I've still got all the same principles as I had with 0 followers.
Yeah.
It's just now I've got that following.
Yeah, I love it.
And I think to a degree, like, it's also why people follow me.
Yeah, I think so. You do what? So I've got to know this. The camera person. Do you have a camera person?
Never, ever. I don't think. If it wasn't a produced thing for an ad, like I've always done everything solo.
Because it looks like you're with somebody. Because sometimes when you're talking to the camera, sometimes I feel, but the people that do take someone with them, do they feed them as well? Do they?
100%. Yeah. I mean, look, I openly say to people, right? Like, so if say we go to lunch together, Steve, you and I, if I let you order and I ordered, it would still probably be less food than if I went by myself and ordered what I wanted for content.
Yeah.
I inherently order, like, you know, if I go to a restaurant, I'm going there to get the 1 kilo steak. Now, it really doesn't matter if there's 1 of me or 4 of me, like as in me and 3 guests. I'm still getting the 1 kilo steak. The only difference is whether I eat 1 kilo of steak or I share it with 3 other people. And it's the same if I went to a deli. Like if I go to a deli, if I go to a bakery, like yesterday, I went to a bakery. I got 3 pies, a vanilla slice, and a coffee.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to assume, but I would hazard a guess, if you and Chris went and got smoko right now, you'd probably not order more food than that for the 2 of you to share.
No.
So having a +1's not that big a thing. It's different if I take my family, because obviously, you know, like the kids' meal isn't really worth going in the content, like nuggets and chips. No venue goes, oh, make sure you promote the nuggets and chips. You know, maybe my wife wants something that isn't going to go in my content, like the barramundi. I don't eat a lot of seafood. It's then I've got to kind of approach the venue and be like, oh, you know, do you mind if my wife and kids come? Because it changes the sort of angle of the content. But if it's just you and me, if it's just you, me, and Chris, like, it doesn't make a difference. The amount of food they would put on the table is the same.
Do you need a alter ego to do this? What I'm saying, because I know sometimes...
Like a switch on, switch off type?
Yeah, because I know sometimes when Chris wants to film, I have to go into I'm really...
No, yeah.
I call him Harry.
I see it heaps, yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of just go where... Yeah, if I start questioning or try to be shy or... Like sometimes I've gone to an event where I've grabbed the microphone to talk to people and it's...
Public speaking, I think, is different.
Yeah, but sometimes
in
I'm
front
like,
of a crowd.
oh, Chris, I've got to talk. And then I go, G'day. I just changed
Yeah,
the character. Steve's. I got to leave that guy leaning on that post.
The Superman comes out.
Yeah, I just go
Clark
straight
Kent's
in.
back there. Yeah.
Yeah, like Clark Kent. So do you sometimes need, when you go to a busy place or you've got people around you, do you have to kind of like, all right, we've got to start now. We've got to
Nah,
get
do you know, like,
quite quick.
I go back, obviously, if you're presenting, right, and you're on display in public, it's a little bit different. I think, and I give this advice to any new or up-and-coming creators I talk to.
Yeah, let's talk about
And I talk about whatever you start doing, just make sure it's sustainable. I think half the reason a lot of people struggle is with that you know, they make 10 great videos, but they realize the persona they're putting on for these videos is exhausting. They're over the top and they're acting and it's dramatized and then away from it, or, you know, maybe they've had a bad day and they're like, I just can't do it today. I can't get up for it. My content is literally an extension of me, where
just be yourself.
It is just me. Yeah. And so I'm not, it requires no more extra energy, no more extra effort. What you see on the camera is what you see off the camera. Even to a degree, what you see, you know, I'm doing some radio segments at the moment. Or I'm doing a podcast with you right now. This is my energy level. Yeah. Good or bad, high or low, it will be the same.
You love conversation
always.
too.
I'm a talker.
You're a talker, I can tell.
And the issue, like,
I'm a talker too, but everyone thinks, yeah, I mean, we had a meeting with someone. Honestly, even Chris knows, I didn't talk at all. I just seem to look like a talker, which I am when I start. And he goes, oh man, I talked a lot, but at least I didn't talk as much as you. And I went like, I didn't fucking talk at all, buddy. Yeah. But I thought, you know, we'll entertain him.
Nah, of course.
But so what is your favorite cuisine?
Look, I think, you know, if you go, oh, you're on a deserted island, you can only eat this one thing for the rest of eternity. Burgers. I'd pick burgers.
Yeah, burgers.
And if that's a cuisine, I don't know, but if not burgers, probably American fast food.
Because I saw you were at 80-20 in Rockdale.
Cogra, yeah.
I just was, because I saw it, because they moved. They were in a little shop.
Yeah, they were further down Railway Parade and now they're up closer to the station.
Yeah, and I saw you and I looked at you and you were in the back in the kitchen there. And I thought, oh, maybe you own it. And you looked at me because you must have thought, what a handsome guy that guy is.
100%. I was like, look at that mullet and mustache combo.
Yeah. And you smiled like it's like
acknowledgement.
Yeah, but I know who you are. You don't know who I am. I'm acting like, oh, we're mates now. Yeah, he's mad at me. So do you have a business? Do you have your own shop? Or
no, I don't.
You don't have it.
Look,
because when I spoke over the texting, I thought maybe you had that shop or you had a shop, but you said you were creating content there.
I don't have any equity in any business, like food and beverage business. I don't have any.
Do you think about doing that?
Constantly. During my wife and I registered a business name and an ABN and put offers in on leases. It's changed from I think that's the safe option because I know it so well. I know it inside and out.
Yeah.
It's also the dangerous option because I think there would be such a high standard of expectation from people coming to the shop, getting a burger from a burger guy, right? It's not like you can use the excuse, oh, I don't really know what I'm doing, or I'm just starting out. They're like, yeah, but
you could be a franchise, couldn't you?
I mean, but then I look at it and even pre Spanian's kebabs, and pre Mahmoudi and his market pop-ups, right? Like I'm self-aware enough to know that as a public profile and a public figure, I have a target on my back. Because there's an element of people that love what I do and they'll come out and support whatever I do. I could sell grilled cheese sandwiches and 20% of people would go, we love Isaac, we love his grilled cheese sandwiches. But there's 20% of people on the flip side that go, we fucking hate Isaac. And it could be the best damn grilled cheese sandwich they've ever had in their life and they'll come out and be like, well, shit, not worth the money, business worth bad, service worth... Right? Like you're vulnerable when you're a public image and there's a preconceived notion.
Spaniards seem to have grown with the negative feedback. I don't think
But that's his persona, right? And I learned the hard way through some stuff. Spanian... And he's got a girlfriend and he's got kids. But like, I have a wife and kids that to a degree I need to protect.
Yeah, you have
right? And if you put yourself in a position where you're open to attack and say I invest a large sum of money into this business, which really I'm taking money from my family, my wife and kids, to risk on this. And then it suffers because of me personally, not the food, not the staff we have, but just someone doesn't like me and so they attack the business. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah. I think, what do you call it, Chris? I think that the Spaniard is he's a media machine, isn't he? It's the fact that
he's the 2026 Carl Sanderlands or...
Yeah, he's a media machine. So that media machine, where I'm not saying you're not a media machine, but you've built your character on the food.
Yeah.
Where Spaniard's built the character on Spaniard and has brought his brand into food. And it kind of like...
Our brands differ in the sense that I think his brand, and I just referenced Carl Sanderlands, I think Abby Chatfield.
Yeah.
I think even to a degree, some politicians, I think Bob Catter, Pauline Hanson.
Yes.
I think their entire brand is built on polarization, right?
Yes.
I'm not always going to say what you want. I'm always going to go left wing. If you go right, I go left. If you say jump, I'm going to sit down. And that's my mantra. That's and they actually absorb the negativity, right? Like give me more negativity. It fuels that fire. I've built a brand on the values of family and trust and not PG because, I swear I'm whatever. I'm a Aussie bloke, but like to a degree, I'm a likable person.
Yeah.
And so I think once you're in that lane, it's very blurry to change it because, if you all of a sudden try being like the dangerous guy and you've always been the good guy, you alienate the ones that already like you to gain a few. And you're like, and that's why I look at certain people and the ventures they've done. And as a heavily entrenched food-based person, like I look at the business model of Spaniards and I think it's very successful. Good on him. Great entrepreneurialism. I look at the food side of Spaniards and I go, no thanks.
Yeah.
And I don't ever want to be one or the other where I'm like, people are coming for Issac and the food's bad or the food's great, but they don't like Issac, so they're not coming.
I think, I mean...
I think if I ever opened something, Steve, I wouldn't disclose that I owned it. I might invest in it, own it, operate it, try and not affiliate with it as long as possible.
I think you should. I'd love to be part of it. But I'll tell you something you mentioned. I don't know if you know bodybuilders, but I don't know if many people do know Frank Zane. Now, Frank Zane, I'm just going to let you know, he's 1970s.
Okay.
Yeah, and 80s. And he's probably the most aesthetic physique. And he won 3 Olympias.
Yeah, nice.
And he just, while everyone was huge, he had this, and still today, he's probably the most aesthetic. And everyone looks at him like small waistline, doesn't look huge.
Yeah.
Just this beautiful. And I had him on the podcast.
Oh, wow. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. And how old is he, Chris? In his 80s?
80s.
Damn.
Yeah.
And he's not broken and crippled?
No, he's not. But you know.
a lot of them.
No, I know he's not. But the thing is, I mean, the most beautiful man and aesthetically age gets you. When you see that, you think, fucking no chance. But the one thing I found with him in our podcast, he would not budge or create controversy. And no, he should. But he stayed on brand on being a likable guy, the way he critiqued the sport and the way he loved the sport and the way everything was about the sport. He wasn't going to change anything, but he was also building legacy. Yeah. So even when he's gone,
longevity,
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You remember Frank saying for that beauty, that beautiful persona, the educated guy, just something about him.
No, like nothing's tarnished, right?
There's nothing's tarnished. He would we were not asking questions, but like you could just tell.
You could poke and prod and he just wouldn't bite,
No, he just talk the beauty of the sport or wouldn't want to answer it. No, I don't feel like answering
it.
Yeah,
or like I don't want to share my opinion on it.
Yeah, or I don't have an opinion on it.
Yeah,
he was just, like I said, I might be talking about the sport today and the abuse of steroids. He might, I'm not saying...
Yeah, like the enhanced games or whatever.
Yeah, he was not, no, that's the way they do it right now. Yeah, and I just realised, sometimes people aren't building long game. Or even some people like these people are building long game. Whatever it is you're doing, you just got to know your lane and you just got to stick with it and not be anyone else.
Yeah, I think that's the advice I give the new creators. Like,
what advice you give them?
Once like figure it out quickly and then go all in on that, right? Like, don't be the nice guy and then, that's not working. Be the bad guy. And that's not working. I'll be the knowledgeable guy. Like, just figure out, like, behind the scenes, privately amongst you and friends, whatever, like what your MO is.
Yeah.
But once you pick to it, stick to it. Because if as a viewer or a consumer, I'm confused by what you are, then I don't have trust in what you're doing. And then if I don't have trust in what you're doing, is there any value in what you're saying?
Yeah.
And so it all comes down to that 6 degrees of separation from someone believing or acting on what you say, to them believing what you say, to you believing what you're saying. And if you're changing and chopping all the time, and we talked about the power of like mental strength and the mind, right? Like if you're questioning yourself, is what I'm doing the right thing?
100%.
Then it's hard for me to believe that you're saying it's the right thing. Yeah.
I find it as well, like you said. I mean, I always have a script. Used to be, we've gone to computer in a little bit. We've remodernized it. But I used to just write scripts and not even get anyone to send me anything because no one cared to send me anything. Now everyone sends me some stuff, which is great.
Nice.
But I would not do a podcast without a script in front of me because I want to be able to say that if let's say Spanion said, I want to come on the podcast, but I'll come on today. And I go, Chris, we've got the Spanion on. We'll get him on. Yeah. Well, I'm going to have to write notes on it. Yeah. And I want to be able to read all the time because I don't want to act like I know. So what I mean is the template in place is to be kind of everything's prepared. The whole preparation of script, getting it right and getting familiar with you. So now I'm comfortable. But at the same time, I still want to be a bit of a bozo through the podcast.
Cool. You got to see opportunity, right?
Yeah. So like I said to you, I don't want to pretend I can do this podcast without a script or I can just...
I reckon you could. You're a chatty bloke.
I am a chatty bloke. I'm a good listener, I've realised. I think I've done it right up to 161, so maybe I should give myself a bit of credit.
Some conversations you would hear multiple times too. Like you might ask the same question to multiple people.
Yeah.
And so then you might share the same story multiple times. And to me, I've never heard it.
I know.
But you've heard it so often that you're like, fuck, I said it again.
It's so funny. If someone had listened to a podcast where I talked about getting lasered, and it was funny because I don't know what episode that was, and then she goes, oh my God, I just heard the laser one that you know.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, it's a good one, isn't it? Because I talk about getting my nuts and ass lasered. Oh,
God.
I know it was, and the worst thing was it was done by a bloke. That's the hardest part, and I really had to learn that.
Funnily enough, in that beautician salon, they were scissors, paper, rocking who got the job, and he got it somehow. I don't know how. Some young girl's there with 3 straws, and she's like, "Pick that one, fucking pick that one."
I walk in and it's all these 3 blondes with blue eyes.
I've always been curious about that, right? Like if I walk into a salon and I go, "I want a Brazilian," they automatically defer to a male and go, like if I walk into a beautician salon today and go, I want a Brazilian, right? Do they go, we have no males here, we can't do it, sorry? Like, will female beauticians not do a male job for HR reasons?
Can I ask you?
I've never had laser. Or a Brazilian.
No, I want to, no. Let's have a laugh.
Or have I?
What is a Brazilian? Go on, Mr. Know-it-all.
It is a resident of the country of Brazil. No, isn't it just like a slight pubic hair waxing? It's so like shaped.
Yeah, so it's not. What's a vagina with no hair?
A Persian cat? What are those minks? No, minks. The Egyptian-looking ones?
It's Dubai.
Oh, Dubai, is it?
Maybe, I don't know.
Nah, you know those ugly cats that have no hair and just wrinkly, and you're looking at them, you're like...
I don't know.
Like, I don't think there's a name for a hairless one.
I don't know if there's a name for a hairless one or
I'm going through all the animals in the animal kingdom, like mole rats, badgers.
You see, you're married. You wouldn't know a damn thing.
What's the animal? Is it a mole rat from Kim Possible, the cartoon? You're young enough. You might not be young enough for Kim Possible.
No, I don't know what Kim Possible.
Yeah. Google it, and there's this little pink gerbil-looking thing. I think it's a mole rat.
I don't know. I think,
I spoke to a friend of mine about getting laser, right? Because I was thinking, in 2026, once a month, I was going to do something I've never done for a content series. And I've never had laser or hair removal. Yeah. So I was going to go get my chest done. And I was talking to my friend who is in the fitness industry. And he basically said, don't do it. I bled. In regards to waxing, I was going to get it waxed. He was like, don't do it. I bled. And I was like, fuck, all right.
I reckon you've scored a content me and you should do. We should go get laser together. All right?
Stephen,
Stephen.
What is that? But that's what it would look like, Steve.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
The accurate.
Sometimes. Depends.
When it's not great. Yeah.
Depends what
Each
vintage.
to their own, right? They're all individual.
Depends what vintage. But the thing is, we should do a wax session together.
God.
But
All right.
I started waxing because now everyone shaves. All the guys shave their legs.
100%.
I don't shave my legs. I've got hair on again, but not a lot of it. But I've waxed since the age of 18. Let me tell you, it kills. It kills.
Yeah.
And I've learnt the art of waxing.
So you do it yourself now?
No, I've learned. I can tell the beauticians what to do.
Oh, okay. Your directorial skills.
So if I walk in, I'll go like start with my hands.
Yeah.
Because they dry out.
Oh.
And I've realised when you've got me moving around, when you've got the blood leaving my hands.
Yeah, like because
I'm lying down.
Yeah.
So when I go in, I just do my hands first. There's areas that I tell them to do first.
Prioritize
because I've noticed that I can't get the wax off and it gets stuck on you. And they're fucking sitting there getting their leg up on the bench, trying to rip it off. So there's areas where I say start, like I tell them where to start. I even had a beautician once say, I've got a student in, and I knew you'd be okay with the student coming in, Stu, because you
literally walk them through it.
Yeah, I walk them through.
So if you got a backstack and crack done, what do you get done first?
When you talk about Brazilian, the only thing I've ever done in waxing is your cosy line.
Yeah, okay.
But sometimes you go in with your worst cossies because you're not using your good ones, and eventually your nuts are hanging out there anyway sometimes. So the girl gets used to it, you get used to it, and I've never really barred on with pain. I've never really learned the art of being whipped and with a hard on. So, I don't know about that. But I've never really had a hairy back. And like I said to you, I don't even get waxed anymore, but I don't have much hair. But I did it because of the mindset that when you shave, it grows back thicker or whatever. All that theory, but it never happens on top of people's heads.
Tail. Yeah,
I don't know. But waxing, it involves the time of day. So morning is the best time to wax when your skin is soft, I believe. The hair not to be too long, so you've
pre-shave it if you're going to go to a waxer pre-shave?
No, because I can't get it. No, don't do anything. Just if you've waxed, just try to go back for 6 weeks later. Don't get back to where you were.
Yeah, okay.
There's nothing to prepare for. So that's that part. Now laser. All right, since probably everyone hasn't, we've got more guests, more people watching now. We'll tell the laser story. So I was at the gym. I train at a hardcore gym.
Beautiful.
It's just a male-only gym. They're in Carlton.
Do you know I've never gone to a male-only gym?
Well, I think it's the only one.
Oh,
and I think because of their culture and religion, being Muslim, I think. But other than that, I love it. I've been going there, and I don't know why. I don't miss anything from it. I just go train, and it's just young, everybody, guys, training.
You're all like-minded. You're there for the same reason.
Old school stuff. And it's not even big apes in there. It's just people training, and it's so I realised they had an advertising and it said, and they're still around in Belfield. I forgot what it's called. I should have given them a plug. And they do it males only.
Yeah.
I said, I've never been lasered. I'll go to this male clinic and get lasered. And I said, I've always been waxed by women. And I went there and I walk in and they go, no, they said before I come, they go, shave everything. I go, all right, what, shave everything? They go, no, yeah, everything. I go, like my nuts and everything? They go, everything. So I'm here shaving my nuts. I'm trying to shave my ass. I'm not wondering exactly what's going to happen. So I go in there and I walk in and the guy goes, go in the room over there. I went, all right. He goes, but take everything off. So I've never had to take anything off in front of females. I've always had Speedos on.
Speedos,
Now he goes, take everything off. I said, fuck, everything off. So I'm naked in this room and this guy walks in.
Talk about feeling a bit anxious. Yeah.
And I went, he goes, all right, get on the bench. And I said, now, if I get a hard on here, there's a problem. Something like XYGTs, Monaras. I like G6R bikes. Man, that pie was pretty good there. I'm trying to
say the alphabet backwards in my head. Yeah,
I was like thinking. And this guy's lasering me and like moving the penis over here, going my balls, turn around, up, fucking my ass crack. I'm like, but did it hurt? It wasn't that bad. No, you don't bleed. I don't think you bleed. I think waxing's worse. I don't think lasers is bad, but it's okay. It's not. It was an experience. I went.
But you never went and got lasered again, did you?
I have. No, I did it a few times. I questioned it because
I thought it was supposed to be permanent.
No, it's not. But I questioned it But I did find the hair grew back longer. I'll go do it again. Well, we're doing it together. Me and you are going for a laser.
We're not getting lazy.
We're all
I'm
getting
not laying
lazy.
naked on a bench.
And, I'll tell you what's going to be really good. Chris is going to come in and film it.
Oh.
So Chris is going to see ass cracks everywhere. But look, that's what happens with laser and waxing. But I do know everyone's been shaving. I would never shave. I could not.
I reckon you could walk on any public street, like say Oxford Street, down Belmore, and I would say of the male population,
they're all legs are shaved.
90% are shaving arms and legs. Yeah.
My uncle, who's in his 80s, is shaving his legs now. Don't ask me. Everyone's shaving their legs.
Yeah.
Chris, you shaved your legs at one stage, didn't you?
Yeah, I did once or twice. Yeah.
Once or twice. Do you do it anymore? No.
Just wears long pants constantly.
Yeah, well.
No one knows.
I don't know. He went through a woke moment. I don't know. I had to help him out a little bit. I don't know. He got through. But yeah.
Was he wearing like skinny shorts and all sorts of things as well?
No, I do that. I'm always into skinny shorts. But I like I'll be honest with you, I mean I haven't, but I loved waxing. I loved the whole how it looked, how it felt. I think it's got a space. Where it is today, like I said to you, I get it, but like I said to you, I could not. I don't shave. I could.
Yeah,
I could shave every. I find it hard just to shave my face. I'm going to shave my body.
I haven't had a razor shave on my face since my wedding day 2018.
Yeah, I cannot. If I can, I
hate
can.
it.
And I hate, like I said, I prefer to go get it done. And look, another tip for anybody. Yeah, morning waxing is the best. Find where your dry spots are. Do them first, and when you're done, just go straight down the beach. Jump in the ocean, swim, play a saurus on the sand, exfoliate on the sand, back in the water, and you're done. Yeah, perfect.
Nature.
That's how. There's some tips for you. With the food that you do, my question is, like, how do you make it look so good? Because I think I was going to ask you, because I'm watching your content and. Do you have a template in place, you know, or you just go with what you do and turn up?
There's certain things, right? Like 90% of making food look good, I think, is lighting.
Yes. Lighting, okay.
Yeah, and that's where I think the average person falls down, where, like you got a better looking burger than me because you're an influencer. It's like, no, it's just I happen to carry a light around with me. And so I've got lighting on the subject, right?
Yeah.
And it's the same when I know I'm taking photos of my wife or family. And so I openly say I can take a great photo of food. I suck at portrait photography.
Oh.
But like understanding direction of light and where you want it on something that you're shooting so that it is best shown is huge. So I always carry lighting on me. So it doesn't matter if I'm inside, outside, sunny day, overcast day, whatever. Like I can control the lighting. And then understanding what I think works best visually in an image. So, you know, do you want glossy? Do you want shine? Do you need to see texture? Do you need to this? Do you need to that? So it's like a reverse engineering of, okay, what do people want to see? And then how do I show it to them?
So you're not necessarily, you're a content creator, but you're a media expert. So your media is part of what you can do for yourself, but what you're doing for others as well.
I'll never forget Surrey Hills-based restaurant that employed me to just take photos for them, right, for their social media for a while. Once said to me, I think it was 2023, they were like, you're the worst at making the best. No, you're the best at making the worst marketing photos we've come across.
Wow. Yeah. Well,
because if the photo's too good and polished, then it's very obviously an ad, right? Like it's been scripted and manufactured and it's glossy and pretty.
Yeah.
But if you just get a random to take the photo, usually it's shit. And this business was engaging me because they're like, we go and get a $4,000 photographer to take amazing photos and we put ad spend behind it and it goes shit. Because people see the ad and they go, ad. And we've used some of your photos that are nice, but they're really nice photos by a regular guy's taking it on his, I don't own a camera, on his phone and put money on it, ad spend, and it's great.
Yeah.
People engage with it. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Because it's believable.
Yeah, it's all about believable, isn't it?
Yeah. And so that's like, it'll never be, it goes back to that, yeah, it's good enough. My whole MO is like, it's pretty bloody good. It's not the best.
I think as well, perfectionism is a curse.
Oh, you'll never achieve it.
Yeah. And I think And sometimes that curse lives with you forever.
Oh,
Because sometimes
chase you.
it chases me, like the fat kid chases me. And sometimes I'm like, someone says to me, like, look, like, I was sitting on a motorcycle and a lot of my motorcycles are all dusty. No, when I say dusty, they're not dusty.
No, they're aged, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they're aged, but they look great. And sometimes they go, oh, they might need a wash. I said, mate, they don't need a wash. They need a ride.
Yeah.
I go, they fucking need a ride. If I start washing, I'll start at 8 o'clock. It'll be 4 o'clock in the afternoon before I decide to ride it because I'll be in there.
I'll take this part off to clean it, but then you've taken that off and you find another part to take
and
out.
I'll get underneath when
Before you know it,
I'll get all that cement rash off, whatever it is. And I think, Steve, you're never going to ride this bike. And
he just wanted you to get that layer of dust off the top.
And you wanted to go get that $5 burger and coffee, like the baconated roll, and now it's 4 o'clock in the. So yeah, I just let's just go because let's just go. I'm going to do some rapid fire with you.
Go.
And I want to know your top 3 breakfast places or meal.
Let's go meal. Loving the steak and eggs trend, definitely.
Yeah.
Just because it's a win-win.
Yep.
I reckon pancake stack. Yeah. I am a sucker for a pancake stack.
Yep.
But I like to be on the verge of sweet and salty. So I like bacon and syrup or fried chicken with syrup on my pancakes.
I saw a place, I don't know, I think it's in Bondi. You'd know it, and I don't know the name. They do French toast with tiramisu on top of it.
Oh, I do know it. Yeah. I think it's
What the
Blackwood.
fuck is that?
I think it's Blackwood, which are also in Cronulla.
Because I make a tiramisu. I make cakes.
Yeah, well, you haven't been putting it on pancakes, have you? Or French toast, sorry.
I haven't
French
done
toast.
it, but I will do it. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
I'm going to do fucking on the weekend now.
Done.
I'm done with it on the weekend if there's a reason to do it.
Third breakfast item. Truth be told, I'm not probably a toasty.
Toasty?
Yeah, but it's got to be cheesy. Like if I'm pulling it apart and I don't get that stretch of cheese, not enough cheese or the wrong type of cheese.
Okay. And top 3 lunch places or meal?
I don't want to go places because there's just so many.
That's okay.
And there's too many.
But even if you mention one, let's just say, I'm not going to say that's number one. It's just something that captures your attention. Like I want to know would you go to get that pancake you spoke about?
You're probably going somewhere like a Happy Field or Slappy, somewhere just a classic stack of pancakes.
They're a cool place. I bought a puck press from there.
Oh, really?
You know, puck press is from coffee. Puck press.
Yeah.
They were selling one and they had a good price and it was a good deal. So I went there and I enjoyed a
Should have
coffee.
got pancakes.
I'm watching my diet right now. I was a calories then. Lunch?
Yeah, lunch. Banh mi, fast.
Oh, yeah.
Great balance.
Who's got a good bite? There's so much banh mi out there. And it's a bit like Vinny's. It's got to be a good price.
No, of course, but it's so territorial, right? Like I did a
I like
deep
the
dive into
Marrickville
them.
one, the old ex-toilet place.
So I don't rate any of them in Marrickville compared to I think the Campbelltown region and the Bankstown region. And the Cabra region.
Because that's home. Right? That's home territory.
It's the Trinity, right? Like the triangle. Marrickville is probably responsible in top rides.
You've gone to Vietnam. You've gone to
they did the heavy lifting, right? Because they probably brought banh mi into a Western market,
and they still got rents that are low enough to be able to give you good food.
Yeah.
What's one out there?
Kearns Village Bakery. People have been sleeping on because it's not on a main drag. It's in a little suburb.
Which
out
suburb?
The back of Kearns. So it's 5-10 minutes from Campbelltown, near a school, near a sports oval. Kearns, Kearns, Kearns Village Bakery. Kearns, Kearns Village Bakery.
And that's a suburb, is it?
Kearns is the suburb, yep.
I didn't know that.
Phenomenal.
I'm going there on the weekend. I'm riding
very
on the
good.
Harley.
Yeah, do it, bro.
I am.
They've got a 70 centimeter one. You don't have to, but
no, I will.
I think it's about $40.
No.
It's almost worth getting. So banh mi, I reckon burger. Fast, simple.
Which burger is the come on, so much burgers out there. Who's got it?
So many.
Who's got it? Come on, just give someone one.
Rob's. Eat at Rob's Roselle.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, who's doing really well. I want to give him a plug. He's the guy in Cass Park, Urga.
Oh, yeah.
That kid's doing a good job.
Honestly,
because it's as
not
well. I
Lincoln.
mean,
It's not
it's a butcher shop as
yeah,
well.
100%. Good ethos. It's so funnily enough, right? Like same principle as Eat at Rob's, butcher shop. Oh, we have this great meat.
Let's make a burger.
Let's make a burger.
And he's passionate. I can tell the kid really.
He's switched on.
He's making it. He's
astute.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful, I think, to see the progression or the natural growth of his father had the butchery.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think any father with a business's dream, get the son involved.
Yeah.
Obviously, the son has slightly different interests, generationally, a different approach. I'm not privy to whether the dad likes the burger part of the business or not. I'm sure he does if it's making money. But
I've spoken
it's
to
cool
the
to
dad.
go, all right, I'm going to give you the reins. And he goes, cool, and I'm going to run with it. And I want to introduce this, and I want to do that. And
Me, Chris went there with another friend. He showed us burgers there, and we got to speak to Dad. Yeah, he's very proud of his son.
yeah,
I know he's good. There's something about that Rob's, isn't it?
it's a slip.
Fuck, there's something about it.
It's comfort.
The only problem I have with the Rob's burger is when I finish it.
Yeah,
That pisses me off.
100%.
And too quick.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
it's
like, to be
fucking
fair,
so good.
I tend to eat geographically. So it's less about what I'm craving and more about what area I'm in. What do I know is good in the area I'm in?
And when you go down to the wharf there down in Balmain and you got
yeah.
Crown Casino across
100%. Or, say you're going to a Tigers game and you go, oh, I've got an hour before kickoff at Leichhardt.
Do you follow the league?
Yeah, but I'm a Queenslander, so I'm a Broncos fan.
In State of Origin, Queensland too,
Yeah.
eh?
Yeah.
Have you signed the petition to get rid of the referee for?
No, but I know where he lives and I know what time his car goes.
God,
out the
you
driveway.
guys, like fuck off, man! You guys are such whingers, man. We've lost games in 20 seconds to go, 10 seconds to go with you guys. Like we're doing really well. We're like on top of the game. And you guys come in and like the
Yeah,
last
but did you
10 seconds.
like Kalen Ponga headbutted him, right?
Head.
It wasn't a head high tackle. It was head to head
It's
contact.
so different to the one that happened. What's his name?
Oh, the Suoliti one?
Yeah,
I
that's
saw the playback of that. He launched himself at Reece Walsh's head.
Reece
he was
Walsh
a projectile.
was falling into the tackle. But you know what? We can go on forever, and probably people in America are thinking, what the fuck? But they know it's a vicious
Do you
sport.
know the irony, right? So that exact Kalen Ponga tackle, 2 weeks earlier, he did it on Latrell Mitchell in the same instance, right? Latrell Mitchell coming down the sideline, Kalen Ponga came across. The only difference, Kalen Ponga cleaned up Tola. Boo-hoo, he stayed down. He bounced off Latrell Mitchell like an infant, and
Yeah.
Latrell Mitchell went on and scored.
Yeah, that's right. That's
And
the
so no
difference.
one went, oh, shoulder charge, because
Well, look, it's the only thing that really upset me the most is that Andrew Johns apologized to you guys, and that fucked me off. Now
I just figured
I'm
he'd been on
upset.
it all week. I was like, well,
he's obviously
Andrew's had a big week. Yeah.
No, Andrew has got shares in a pub up in Queensland. I
Maybe
know
he's
it
in a
probably-
beer brand.
It's a
100%.
beer brand for
Who
sure.
drinks more beer? Queenslanders? All right, who do I have to get on board with? Queenslanders.
Yeah,
I'll come
that's-
out and
yeah.
publicly apologize.
What's that main street there? Where
Caxton Street?
Yeah, he's got a pub in Caxton Street.
100%.
John's, but I do love him because I've seen him down at Bronte there, and he's a good guy. I love his passion. So Barmy, Rob's.
Yeah, burger. And then I reckon a third lunch. I always want quick lunches because you're on the go.
What do I like?
I mean, I wouldn't even call it lunch. I like chicken wings, but I don't really think of chicken wings as a lunch. To me, they're almost a snack.
What's a good chicken wings near us, near me?
Oh, around here. I mean, there's Wing Boy in Randwick.
Mm.
Wing Boy's good.
Oh, yeah. What about around St. George area?
St. George area. I don't think you have any designated wing places there. A lot of like a couple of Lebanese spots doing charcoal wings, but no out and out wing places.
So Wing Boy.
Wing Boy in Randwick. I like. They're all in the city, like all the competitors. My favorite is, or one of my favorites would be like Neutral Bay. There's a place called Wingmill, really good. American Sports Bar.
Wingmill.
Done.
Neutral Bay, eh?
Yeah.
Look at me. Anyway, we're going to do some content together. Top 3 dinner. Even though I know you don't do a lot of dinner.
No, but I eat dinners. I just eat them at lunch. So steak, but big steak, right? Like sharing steak. I don't want like an eye fillet or a 200-gram Scotch or so. I'm like, if it's not on the bone and a primal cut, next. Second, for me, pizza is a dinner thing.
Yeah.
I find it heavy to eat at lunch. And because of the whole leftover situation, like if you eat it at lunch, what do? You're carrying around leftovers for the rest of the day. Whereas if you're eating dinner, you're like, I'm going straight home after this, it's fine. So steak, pizza.
What's a good pizza place? Not the
No,
best.
so honestly, my favorite in Sydney, Pizza Ultra.
Where's that?
They got Central Station and Marrickville. They're attached to a brewery.
Is it Ultra?
No, Ultra with an O.
Oh.
Yeah. So they do both New York Slice and Detroit Square. My personal favorite pizza is Detroit Square, but if I can't get Detroit Square, I want a New York pepperoni slice.
And where are they located again?
So it's Central Station.
Oh yeah.
On the light rail side, you
Near the dentist there?
not far. If they're open so they open at 4, and if you're walking past after 4, they've got a big red neon lights up. Otherwise, you would walk past and never know it's there.
And they're at the trams area at Central?
Yeah. So
the train area.
Yeah.
Is that where the dental hospital is?
I don't even know where the dental hospital is.
All right, so is it Devonshire Street?
I think it's the top of. So if you walk all the way up George Street, so it's on Eddy Avenue, but basically if you walk all the way up, this is great radio.
I like Pizza Bros.
Pizza Bros is great. I was talking to someone about pizza the other day. So if you walk all the way up Pitt Street to Central, and when you're on the corner, like Central's there, it's like a red brick. They're right there.
Oh, with the red brick is where the 5 sections is.
Yeah.
Where the T section, 5 section is.
And you can basically, there's escalators to go up to the major Grand Central kind of part, but they're like right at the foot of that escalator to go upstairs. So street level, Eddy Avenue, Pizza Ultra, very good.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Perfect. Couldn't have asked for the better for the weekend that I want to have. It's a long weekend here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and pizza, steak, and...
What's yours? I'll say yours.
Oh, good call. A good dinner.
Yeah, see, it's hard when you put it on the spot, isn't it, Steve?
I think schnitzel's good for dinner.
Snitty?
Snitty's good.
Yeah.
I think a good snitty is a good dinner.
Yeah.
And Sundays. Sunday anytime,
Sunday
lunchtime.
snitty?
Lunchtime,
Yeah.
snitty. Any other day, I don't think you have a snitty.
Yeah.
I don't have a snitty on a Friday. Like, well, you can lunchtime
If you're
Friday.
given the option of snitty or Parma, what are you going?
Oh, Jesus. Oh.
Does it depend how many calories you got to play with in the diet?
Sometimes I feel like a palmy hides a shit snitty, but a good snitty without the palmy nose, it's a
valid.
good snitty. It's a valid.
But if you get a plain snitty, do you have to get gravy?
Everything on the side, because I want to make.
of course.
I want to decide.
But halfway through a schnitty, it's starting to cool down. The
yeah,
chicken's getting
then
a
you
little
need
bit dry.
yeah, you need the gravy. Yeah, definitely. But no, I think a snitty is good on mash.
Ooh.
You know,
you take mash over chips
at dinner time.
at dinner time.
At dinner time.
Yeah.
Nah, but yeah, dinner time. Sunday lunch, you can have chips.
Okay.
But yeah, don't you think? Just Sunday lunch at a pub?
Nah, 100%.
Snitty and chips. And dinner time, it's got to be snitty and mash. It's night time. It's
With veg? Snitties don't really come with veg. You always see steaks come with veg
but
and
they
chips.
but they come with shit veg.
Yeah,
like it's just carrot. It's just carrot.
It's that trio of steamed
Carrot
veg.
and cauliflower.
Yeah.
Like who
One
wants
bit
that?
of corn cob if you like.
Yeah, no, who wants that?
Yeah.
And then you've got to use your hands.
Are you an advocate, talking of mash, how they say if you cook mashed potato, let it fully cool down and then reheat it again, it's actually lower in carbs?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right, Chris.
The resistant starch
Yeah.
is more active when you cook it first. So if you let it cool down and then reheat it, it is actually easier for your body to digest lower in carbs.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow, Chris, we've got a massive hook here. Ooh.
Yeah, we can eat more of it. We just have to let it cool down and then reheat it.
And it lowers the starch. And
Yeah,
the
I
carb.
don't. The technicalities, I might be
quoting
getting
on
wording
you, I'm
wrong.
sorry about that.
But it is definitely better
Lowering
for
carbs.
you. Yeah, and this is all potato. So whether it's mash, chips, like you're better off cooking it, letting it cool down, reheating it.
And what is it? I tried to make loaded fries at home.
Yeah.
How come you can't achieve what fast food places have?
Because
I've tried it and I can't do it.
Do you know
I
what?
want to do it because I think I've measured everything nicely.
Yeah, I've got more
and
control.
It's healthy.
I can oven bake chips instead of frying.
Yeah, I oven baked them.
Literally,
and then avocado.
Yeah,
and then I chopped up some sausage or whatever. And then I put the sauce on top and I went, this isn't fun.
Mate, do you know what? I can look at the Mona Lisa and try and paint the Mona Lisa, but it doesn't look as good as the Mona Lisa.
Yeah, what is it about?
It's just one
you
of
can't
those things,
imitate loaded fries from a fucking caravan.
Nah. And it's like you were saying with the calories of a choc top. Sometimes if you're craving loaded fries, just get the loaded fries.
Yeah, you can't. I tried it.
And the nuances, right? Like the types of liquid cheese and mayo-based sauces and gravies. Like sometimes it's better done at bulk than in a very small amount.
Yeah.
So it's one of the things I think if you know that there's a shop that's got the fries that you want, just go get them.
All right, I want to know who does the best loaded fries because
I don't eat them. I don't order them. I would if I was gonna eat loaded fries, I'm a poutine guy. I just want cheese curds and gravy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I don't.
HSP is the whole snack pack thing over my head. I'm like, because I don't like chips.
What do you think of vegan food?
I mean, I've got rabbits at home, so I've got a purpose for it. But it just, I mean, each to their own, right? Like I always say to anyone when I talk about my diet,
do you like soy milk? Do you like soy?
I got nothing wrong with soy milk. My issue is like, so I love a cold foam coffee, right? I get a ice long black with the flavored foam on top, and you can't make a lot of the vegan milks foamy because they just don't have the characteristics, the lactose.
You look like a barista.
Nah, I did a barista course.
Chris is a good barista.
Are you?
I'm not a bad. I'm bad. I've got a coffee company as well. Yeah.
Beans?
Yeah. Beans. So yeah.
Yeah, let me know where I can buy a bag. Do you do?
I'm small, very small. Like I supply people. So yeah. But no, we'll organise something.
Yeah. So I got nothing wrong with vegan food. I think there's a place for it. I think the issue comes from a few bad ones spoil it for everyone situation. Like vegans aren't crazy people, but there are a few really strict, not left wing even, but just, fanatic almost. Oh, they go somewhere, there's no vegan option on the menu. How dare you? You should cater to me, blah, blah, blah. Like, I get it. It's frustrating. There's nothing on the menu for you.
I'll tell you two places. I'll be a food critic. I'll tell you two places.
For vegan food?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not a vegan. I'm not a vegan fan, right? I'm happy with the rabbits too.
Yeah.
But I don't eat rabbits. My parents did eat rabbits, and I always wondered why our pet rabbits went missing. But having said that, the Chippo at Chippendale there. Chippo, it's called Chippo.
Yeah.
Pub.
Mama B's.
Yeah, that's
the kitchen names. Mama B is vegan. Yeah.
I got some loaded fries there. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, solid.
Okay, so that was pretty good. My friends got some snitty, but it's not real sweet, it's snitty.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looked pretty good, right? That looked pretty good. But this one, the Overlow. You know the Overlow Hotel?
No. Oh,
Overlow.
OVOLO?
Yeah, Overlow.
At Woolloomooloo?
Well, I haven't eaten there, but I've stayed at the one in Melbourne, and their restaurant is vegan, and it's beautiful, completely, and it's packed.
Wow.
Packed for a hotel.
Melbourne would have a lot of vegans, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Shout out to our hipster friends in Melbourne.
Who is the most hipster now? Do you think Melbourne's still the most hipster?
Still have you been to Fitzroy, Brunswick, Collingwood?
That's because they're all
recently.
That's because they were locked up for a long time and broke. Like the government's broken them. You'd be
during
a hipster.
COVID.
You'd be a great hipster down there because the government's broken you.
They just went underground and now they've come out again. They've resurfaced. No, do you know what? I think the problem is it was actually a celebrated thing in Melbourne for a long time.
I used to love it, yeah.
Right? Like it was literally a part of Melbourne's identity. It was like, this is us. This is what we do. Similar to AFL. Whereas like in Sydney, it was almost like frowned upon. When I came here as a competitive eater, it was poo-pooed.
Yeah.
I think that hipsterism, where if you had to say right now, Sydney as a whole, suburban-wise, which are the hipster suburbs? And I would have said maybe Newtown, maybe Surrey Hills.
Mm.
And I would argue in the last 5-10 years, they've both changed dramatically. Yeah. Where they've lost an element of that, that unique hipsterism. They've commercialized, they've gentrified, they've whatever the word is, but it's changed.
No, you're right. And there's something about like I said with Melbourne. I mean, I remember firstly the Overlow.
Yeah.
Hotel. The one in Melbourne is done like the 80s. It looks like the 80s.
Beautiful retro, yeah.
Real retro, real 80s. And, just funny stuff in their lift. You got to go up to get down.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
cool.
Like all that kind of stuff. And they got like a lolly section and all that stuff that back in the 80s and early 90s.
Again,
But
dial phones.
Yeah, but the restaurant is amazing. The food's amazing. The Avalo. I really enjoyed it. The ambience is nice too in there. And they do get busy, but like you said, but I did find in like Melbourne, like I said, one time I just wanted to use a bathroom once and I walked into this little fucking crack in the laneways.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, I sat down and had I don't know how many course meal was for $80.
Yeah.
And it was accompanied with a wine and I just didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
There was just, I think Melbourne, their food culture, I don't know if it's still there. I haven't been for
No, the dining culture,
I just feel like
think
their
it's better
laneways and something about it.
Yeah.
It's got that European feel, pull you in. And even if it's great, I don't know what it is, but yeah, you could just spend all day eating there and just enjoy it.
And every time you went there, you'd find somewhere new hidden
Yeah.
that you're like, I lived there for years.
Yeah.
And you still walked and you're like, it's almost... I always think of like the Harry Potter moving stairwell scene at the start. I think it's the second movie or the first movie. And I'm like, you could walk around Melbourne every day for 100 days. And on the 101st day, you'd find a laneway you never knew was there. You're just like, what? Was that there yesterday?
Yeah. Like, really?
And there's a restaurant in there that's doing this awesome Thai food that you've never tasted anything like before. And you're like, get out. How?
It is like that. It is like, I missed that suburb. And then you're in another suburb and
Yeah.
then it's got... cuisine going on there. Like I said, there's something about it. I mean, the trams shit me, but like I said, I mean, trying to navigate them and turning right from the left.
We're heading there with the light rail, mate.
Yeah, no.
50 more years of state government building and we'll have a tram system.
Look, we never used to like Melbourne too much, but after the abuse they've copped, we do feel sorry for
We
them.
got to. Well, now they're the little brother, right?
They're the little brother.
It used to be a battle as to who was the biggest, and now they're just
the
like
government did a good job in slapping them down, locking them up for
plot twist. What? Who was the Vic Premier during COVID?
Dan Andrews.
Dan Andrews. Like plot twist, he's now like on the New South Wales payroll.
What are you talking about? They're putting a statue up of him to really make him go crazy down there. Like
at Olympic Park.
Yeah, they're putting in a trophy. They're putting in a statue up of him so they really make people remember and go insane. Top 3 destinations that have surprised you and why? Just surprised you. Again, not to say first, second, third.
But destinations in terms of like for travel, like regional.
Or anything, food, travel. Something.
But like in Australia, worldwide.
Top 3, I said, didn't I? Didn't say Australia. So there you go.
No, I mean Auckland. I mistook Auckland. Like I never hear anyone rave about food really from New Zealand, right? Other than the meat pies. And then when I told people I was going to Auckland, they were kind of a bit nonchalant, like, oh, you're going to the shit part of New Zealand. You should have gone to Christchurch, Wellington, and these beautiful areas, right? But the food scene in Auckland was great. Like as someone who's critical of Melbourne and Sydney and New York, Manhattan, and like, I'm not saying there's as much, like it might be a smaller sample size, but what I sampled would hold its own in these bigger markets. Like it was very good. It opened my eyes.
Number 2? Not that's number 2, just...
No, but in a list.
It can be around the world, doesn't really matter.
Yeah, no. Surprisingly, in the last 3 years, Gold Coast, right?
Yeah.
I would say like Gold Coast's food scene is, since COVID, and Brisbane as well, but Gold Coast I go there for a week every year for holiday with the family at an accelerated rate, where through investment and obviously growth of population is like, in Sydney, because it's so well developed, you don't stand out by doing much. But on the Gold Coast right now, in the 12 months between each of my visits, I'm like, fuck, a lot of new openings and like quality openings. Not like, 6 more kebab shops, 3 more chicken shops, like good looking businesses, good looking food.
Yeah. I don't think they do kebabs good up there.
No, they don't, because it's a healthy culture, right? Like I think they do. Like they have a lot of Mediterranean, not Turkish kebab shops, but they like Mediterranean because it's healthier to a degree.
But you're right, it is changing in Labrador. Labrador.
Oh yeah,
mate. They've got a nice Italian restaurant there now.
Exactly right.
And there's down the road in another part of Labrador where nothing's happening. There's a husband and wife cheesecake. But they do the one that's baked.
Oh, the Basque cheesecake?
Cheesecake. And with wine. And
I think it's called Basque.
Yeah, and it's a husband and wife. And he's a wine guy.
I haven't pin dropped for the last 3 years I've been wanting to get there. I haven't got there yet.
You go, and there's nobody.
It's good.
Yeah, but there's nobody there for some reason. Not to say that
Maybe
when
it's
I go
pre-order.
there.
No, yeah.
No. They're probably selling it somewhere, but
Yeah.
But when you go there, it's
Low vibe.
so intimate
Yeah.
and quiet, and it's sometimes you feel like it is you and whoever you're with, and then
The cheesecake's good. Fine's good.
it's fuck off.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, and he's a front end bar kind of guy, like
Yeah. So, he's
he
got
knows how to
character. He
talk,
talks.
he's, nice
Sells
and
you.
subtle. Yeah, nice and subtle, quietly. He knows how to accompany this, but yeah, that's in Labrador. That would be if I said that's the number one place to go try this
All right,
cheesecake.
done. October, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Third spot. That surprised me. Adelaide.
Yeah.
That surprised me. Right. I'm not saying it's like you said. It's not a top 3. It's just markets that surprised me. I'd never been to Adelaide before I went last year, and went twice because I went the first time just on a day trip and ate at 10 places in a day, and was like, fuck, that's actually like there's more places I want to go that I haven't been able to get to. Went back for 4 days later in the year, and still just scratched the surface. Like, it's just they don't get the attention being outside the big 3, right? They're not on the East Coast. So they're not Sydney, Brisbane, Melbourne. And then if they're not Sydney, Brisbane, Melbourne, mainstream media don't really give them attention, and the corporate dollar's not really there to highlight. But Adelaide was great. Really good food. They got a great, like, they're fortunate, and I'm sure the Margaret River region in WA is the same, but like it's so fertile. You think of the vineyards, and wherever there's vineyards, it's usually on the hills, which means all that water that's rich in nutrients and stuff is running down to a flat somewhere, and then usually that's where the agriculture is, and you're like, oh, it's a good food chain to have. It
is a wonderful place. So what's your bodybuilding goal? If there was do you know what, like, what would you like to achieve?
Size, weight. I mean, I just want to get my shoulder back to 100% at the moment, because my greatest fear is that now I'm at an age where it's just always going to be 92% and never 100% again. So I got to get it back to 100%. And then really, I think all the other numerical things, like I don't particularly care about how strong I get or how heavy I get or light I get. I'd like to get body fat percentage down.
Okay, yeah.
Just because that's one of those things where I know it's not an aesthetic. I mean, it is an aesthetic thing, but it's also like really directly correlated to long-term health. You know, also, like that fat you carry around your midriff as a male.
There's also an illusion. You look more muscular when you're thinner. Yeah. Like if you're training.
No, yeah, you've got the same amount literally of muscle, but with the lower fat percentage, you go. Yeah. And then placebo, if you win the day, you win the week, and you win the week, you win the month. If you leave the home in the morning going, I look good today. Then all of a sudden in that business meeting, you're a bit more assertive, a bit more confident, and the guy that cuts you off, you honk out twice. Hey, you don't cut me off. Look at me. I'll take you on.
You look better on screen.
If you're reclusive and a bit recessive, and you allow yourself to get dominated in 50-50 situations, in Sydney, you'll get dominated every day of the week.
It's fucking the way it is here in Sydney, that's for sure. So where can they find you? Time to promote yourself.
At Issac, 2S's 1A. Issac _Eats A Lot on all the same social platforms. More often than not, you'll see me eating in a cafe. If you see me, come and say hi. Happy to chat food. If it's positive, I can't do what I do without the support of people enjoying what I do. So I'm very aware of that. I appreciate you guys for having me on the podcast.
Yeah, that was a great conversation.
Yeah, it's I just love chatting. I love being able to share. And if, sometimes people they're not confident enough to ask questions. Maybe they can get some answers from listening to things like podcasts
100%.
Where they can do it at their own time and kind of digest information and go away with it. But yeah, hopefully we cross paths again. Not for the lasering, maybe for a meal and a workout, but
I think we're going to work something out.
Yeah, awesome.
Awesome. Thank you for coming on.
Pleasure, mate. Thank you.
Hey guys, another podcast done with another wonderful guest. To continue what we're doing, if you could subscribe, hit the notification bell, press like, it only helps us to grow this channel even further.